Hello, welcome to Build Up to a Good Game. We're now and 5 minutes away from kickoff at Bramall Lane as Sheffield United take on West Ham United. Gonzo, how is oneself?
I'm not bad, thank you very much. My mood is separate from maybe my West Ham apprehension, which is I'm a little bit nervous about today's game. What about yourself?
I'm all right. There's good news and bad news with the team. The official lineups will be out in just over 4 minutes' time. There's good news and bad news.
Okay.
So there's some that make you go.
Can I guess? Can I guess? Let me
Go
guess.
on then.
The good news, Jared Bowen is back, and I won't even look. I won't look at you to get your reaction. Bad news, no Alvarez, which would mean a Souček and Ward-Prowse in midfield. So that's my guess. Right, you get your poker face on, and now I'm going to look.
Maybe you'll have to wait and see. It might be. It might be.
I don't know. By the way, I honestly don't know.
Yeah, it's. We'll discuss it when the lineup's coming out in a few minutes. Would you be happy with a point still? Obviously, since I asked you in the preview, we've seen some games that doesn't really involve us. Brentford narrowly beating Nottingham Forest and Arsenal thumping Crystal Palace yesterday.
It'd be adequate, I think so. It wouldn't be ideal. It's they're the worst team in the league, as we've already mentioned. So it's the 3 points really you should be winning. If you've got ambitions of being a sort of top 6, top 7 team or whatever they might be, you've got to be beating the worst team in the league, really. I understand there's mitigation. I understand there's excuses, but I also do think, 450 million pounds spent, 4 years in the job. That's your squad. That's your squad, and you've had ample time to build a set of reserves, which, let's be fair, are also backed up by a pretty decent academy. So I think with that in mind, you should be able to get a win against Sheffield United. So yeah, but a draw, I wouldn't be unhappy with a draw. It'd be sort of status quo.
This is where you see what we made of, really, don't you? Like you said, you get a win today. Suddenly, it's another layer of evidence as to why we could get European football, which is, well, we can do it without those three. Granted, it's against the worst team in the league, but it's a tricky fixture, this one. So we can do it. Then that would give you a little bit more hope. But if you were to lose today, I think it would almost justify why some are a little bit reluctant to believe we could qualify for European football. Again, I understand both arguments, by the way. I'm sort of undecided. I still think we'll finish 8th, maybe. Whether or not that gets European football remains to be seen. It depends on what happens elsewhere. Liverpool this week in the Carabao Cup semi-finals, so be supporting Liverpool. When your guess, right? This is Gonzo's guess. I'm not saying this. This is Gonzo's guess. Gonzo's guess was Bowen missing. Alvarez missing, but Bowen starts. Right, that was your guess.
Yeah.
If you had to select one of them to start and the other one was missing, which one? Who would you choose to be okay for today's game?
As crazy as it sounds, I would choose Alvarez to play because I don't think the midfield functions without him. And I also think that without anyone else, Bowen's isolated anyway. There's no supply to Bowen. If Bowen's back, who's going to feed him? I suspect no one. And I come to the ridiculous conclusion that if anybody is probably going to assist Bowen from open play, it would probably, you know what I'm going to say? It would probably be Emerson or Ben Johnson. This is how bad it is. Do I have any faith of Pablo Fornals or Souček or someone laying on an assist for Bowen from open play? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'd be happy to be proven wrong. The one player that might and possibly could was the one player that got in a really good goal scoring position, and also created a really good chance for Souček, and that's Maxwell Cornet. Can I imagine a situation where Maxwell Cornet creates a goal for someone? I can. But you put in that face now, so which is your face is telling me Maxwell Cornet ain't even playing. So, this is a good game. This is the best. I know you're not. I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying looking for your reaction.
Oz says we must win today. Ashton, I actually disagree with that. Ashton says performance more than result today. I'm the opposite. Yeah. I'm the opposite. Wait, what do you mean you agree with who?
I agree with you.
Just get the win. It could be the ugliest win I've ever seen. I'll take that. I would like us to play good football, but do you know something? If we win today, we will have played well. It might not be pretty, but we'll have played well in another form, which could be the defensive side of the game, the tactical side of the game. We'll have done something. But anyway, right then, would you like to know the West Ham team, Gonzo?
I would. I'm just adjusting my screen so I can see it. Okay, yeah, cool.
Well, you're not getting it. The club haven't tweeted it yet. They should have done. But they haven't done. So you're just gonna have to wait for a few seconds.
No, I reckon I'm close.
I'm not brave enough to gamble with what I've written up in the back and going, this is the team. I'm not brave enough to do that.
They're normally only a couple of seconds late, to be honest with you.
Maybe there's a late change.
Maybe there is.
Maybe they're going, are you sure he's playing? Is he definitely? Are you sure Cornet is playing? Is this a piss take? Anyway, the West Ham team this afternoon is Alphonse Areola in goal, with the back four of SHUWHU right back, with Mavropanos and Zuma centre back, and Emerson left back. In midfield, we've got Thomas Souček and James Ward-Prowse, alongside Maxwell Cornet, Pablo Fornals, and Jared Bowen, with Danny Ings up front. So no Edson Alvarez, but there is a Jared Bowen. So your guess was correct, Gonzo.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I would hope that they can provide some form of goal threat. Maybe maybe that combo that I was talking about there. Maybe we get a little bit of a Cornet and Jared Bowen combo. It's a big game for Maxwell Cornet. I'd concentrate on that for the moment rather than what I don't like about the composition of the midfield. It's a big game for him. It really is. He's got a Premier League start. That's huge, Geo, for him. Premier League. That's amazing.
At West Ham.
At West Ham. Yeah,
he's had plenty of Premier League starts.
He has. This is like Christmas for him. You know, I really do believe so. I'd say he's one chance to shine. You don't know. Danny Ings a better bloody score today. I'll tell you that much, because you couldn't afterwards even make a case for him being included. I can't make a case for him really being included today. It's a chance to prove everyone wrong. I don't even think Danny Ings' mum could make a case for Danny Ings being included if he didn't score today. It would take him to whatever it's 31, 32 games or something like that. He is a striker, and we've done all the excuses and all the mitigation, and I understand there's not 30 plus starts. However, he has actually got starts in some of our easiest games this season, be it Bacca Topola, he played Lincoln City, Lincoln, didn't we, in the Cup? He started against Lincoln City. I mean, he's had opportunities. Bristol City. He's had really good opportunities to play against, maybe lesser opposition, and he still can't score a goal. I understand it's not all his fault. I guess the team is, what can you say? What can you say? No Edson Alvarez, I feel, is a loss for the team.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first choice back five, arguably. Even if Aguero was available, a lot of people like to see that
for sure.
Back four. So defensively, defense, we're looking good. Defensively, not so much, because the guy in front of them's missing. Alvarez will be a huge, huge loss, and I think I'm already frustrated. The game's in 57 minutes time. I'm already annoyed at watching Souček and James Ward-Prowse set midfield today, in the fact that we've seen it already. We've seen this. We've seen them struggle against Olympiacos. We've seen them struggle against Bristol City. And I can't remember the Premier League games, but there's been a couple of games we've been missing Alvarez, and they have struggled in midfield. So I think our midfield looks incredibly weak in there. And if I'm Sheffield United, suddenly I'm rubbing my hands thinking, let's go narrow today against this team, because you will get chances. They cannot protect that. James Ward-Prowse is not a good defender. You will get opportunities now. But what it also does do is it takes away James Ward-Prowse's pressing game. It now moves him back into the middle of the pitch. And when we have done all right recently, there's quite often James Ward-Prowse up there alongside Jared Bowen. So the good thing is Bowen's back out on the right. Bad thing is we don't have Bowen up front. So our press is now going to be sort of coming from Danny Ings and Pablo Fornals. Now, Fornals works hard. I've got no issues with that. It's just, is he as effective as Ward-Prowse is at it? I'm not too sure. Pleased to see Cornet get a start. I'm a bit worried as to how fit Jared Bowen is, but the truth of the matter is, if you ignore the rumours, which is difficult, but if you ignore the actual hearsay, we've not really ever had an official sort of guideline or timeline on Bowen. So is he rushed back? We don't actually know. For all we know, as soon as it happened, the club went, a week or two, and he'll be back. He's fine. So maybe he's actually just been back on track. We don't know. Everything's been rumours. There was some saying out for 3 months. I mean, clearly that was incredibly incorrect. I just hope he's fit and he's not being sort of chucked in, because I'll get onto it in a second, but the bench is incredible. This is not a Premier League bench that we've got today. And there's a good chance, because of the reluctance to play some of the youngsters, there's a good chance majority of these are going to have to play 90 minutes. I know that's the case anyway.
For sure.
But ultimately, Moyes can, if he wishes to, change half the starting outfield players if he wants to. That's not happening today. So a lot of these are going to have to play 90 minutes. And one of those might be Jared Bowen, even though he's just come back from a layoff. So anyway, speaking of the bench for West Ham, this is what it looks like. We've got Lucas Fabianski on there alongside Ben Johnson, Aaron Creswell, as well as Angelo Ogbonna and Casey. So we've got, and Ollie Scars. So we've got 5 defenders on there. And then we've got Lewis Orford. And then we've got Mubama, Marshall, and that's it. Mubama, Marshall and Orford. So a very young bench and a very defensive bench.
Yeah, I like it. I've got to say, look, it's not ideal, but given the situation we're in, I'm delighted to see so many of those players on there, actually. Be nice in different circumstances. It really would. You know, obviously, I'd prefer Kudus and Paqueta and everybody to be there. I'm delighted to, you know, there's 4 or 5 of those players I'm looking at there scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And I'm delighted to see them involved. And I do think there is massive pressure on Danny Ings in this game. There really is. I would like to know, I don't know if anyone can say this in the chat. I am wondering if anyone knows this at all, if the combination of Souček and Ward-Prowse have ever won. That combination in central. I know people call it a double pivot. I don't actually know what that means, but that combination of those two without Edson Alvarez, has that two ever won a game of football?
For you. It took me about a few seconds.
I'll be interested to know on that one. So that's the thing that probably worries me more. I'm not massively worried about Mavropanos. I think it's easy to. It's not just in life, never mind football. It's easy to make a mistake and get flustered, and it can put you off your concentration for a little bit. So I do think he did have a pretty terrible game against Bristol City, but I do think without the mistake, we possibly wouldn't have seen that. So hopefully sort of confidence a little bit more robust to come back. Zuma can play well. I'm not too worried about it defensively, but yeah, all I can hope is there's 2 things that worry me. Number 1's Danny Ings, and number 2 is the composition of the midfield, which is why you're hurriedly checking at the moment. I just would hope that if it's clear that neither of them are working, that David Moyes makes that change pretty quickly. And what he's going to have to do, you have to get Danny Ings off, and he's probably going to have to get Marshall on, something like that, on the bummer on. He's going to have to do something like that. And he's going to have to get Lewis Orford on in midfield, or do me a little cheeky one, which is what I said, and move Emerson in and maybe get Scarles in there. He's going to have to do something else, and I hope he can do that if it's not working.
For your Edson Alvarez statistics, he hasn't played in 2 Europa League games. He came off the bench Olympiacos away, which we lost 2-1. He wasn't in the squad for either Bacca Topola game. He wasn't in the squad. We won both of those games. Okay. So that's 1 defeat, which is Olympiacos. And then at the start of the season, we beat Chelsea when he was on the bench. He came on for 9 minutes at the end, if you remember, after we went down 10 men. Yes. We won that game 3-1. We got beat 3-2 away to Brentford without Alvarez, and we lost 5-0 away to Fulham without Alvarez. And we've also lost against Bristol City without Edson Alvarez. And then in the Cup, we beat Lincoln away when he only played 24 minutes. So we were losing. Let me just check. When did we score in that game? It was quite late, weren't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, he was on the pitch before we scored. So we started with Souček and Fornals actually midfield that game. But Edson Alvarez was on before we took the lead. So not the best.
No, it's not. But they clearly can win a game of football. You know, they usually don't, but they can. So let's hope this is one of their on days. You know.
As Andy says, crazily, there's over 1,100 of you watching us. Thank you very much. Please do drop a like on the stream. If you click the thumbs up, it helps out this video, it helps out the channel. So someone comes onto YouTube and types in Sheffield United, West Ham United. This is the video that we recommended to them. So you'll be helping out this video right now if you drop a like. And also subscribe. New to Hammers Chat, approximately 1/3 of you watching right now hasn't subscribed to the channel. So click that subscription button. Gonzo, would you like to know the Sheffield United team?
Yes, please.
In goal for the Blades this afternoon is Fodringham with Bogle at right back. We've also got Trusty, Robinson and Asmahodik at centre back. We've got Sousa and Hammer in midfield with McAtee. Brooks is in there alongside Bertrand Diaz, their January signing, who West Ham were after for a while, and Osula up front as well for Sheffield United.
No, okay, yeah. Well, I guess not a lot of surprises there, is there, in that team? They'll be yeah, I mean, look, they'll be up for it, Geo. There's no doubt about it. They will be up for it. You don't. They're going to have scouts. They'll have scouts at Bristol City, and the scout reports that come back will have been favourable, and they will certainly be looking at ways to beat West Ham. I do think one of them to get very, very physical, and I would expect them to do that. Not because they're Sheffield United. I would just expect anybody to do that. Having witnessed the double header against Bristol City. Any opposition, I would say, get at them. Get at them. Get the first tackle in. Get the first tackle in. Make it a big one. And I said this before the Bristol City game. I thought that was a really important. Do you remember me saying, Gio? I said I wouldn't even wait to the game. I'd get them in the tunnel. I don't mean whack them in the tunnel, but I'd tell them in the tunnel you're going to get it straight away, and I put it on them in the first 30 seconds. I really would. We didn't do that. It was them that put it on us, but it took out Danny Ings, and then it was game over. Basically, we were. Honestly, like we're hiding behind the sofa, absolutely petrified. So, yeah, they're going to come at us. I can only hope that the West Ham coaching staff have identified that, and I would like one of us to have a go at them very, very early, even if it takes a card. Just get in there, do whatever it can, just to put them off their stride and make them think that they can't bully us, and then hopefully with Bowen back, we can muster a goal. I've got to say as well, Gio, I don't mind him being on the right, by the way. I preferred him on the right for this game. Game. Otherwise, he'd just be too isolated. And I saw the geezer cut in and he against Luton, and the goalkeeper was weak. The goalkeeper was poor. Was it obviously Fodringham went between his legs and all the rest of it. And I remember watching it thinking, Bowen would have a bit of that. So, yeah, not bad, mate.
Up against Robinson as well. I think Bowen will get a bit of joy, actually, against his direct opponent today out on that right-hand side. So it's possibly a wise move from him. I mean, it's forced, but I think it's the right thing to do. And Cornet will have a difficult game against Bogle, who will come down that side. So he's going to have a bit of defensive work to do. But this is where I'm looking at the team now, thinking who's directly going to be up against Emerson. Will it be McAtee? Will it be Diaz? Will it be Brooks? I'm not 100% sure, but Emerson again could have a little bit of joy going forward against his immediate opponent. So it feels quite attacking from Sheffield United, actually. I know Osler scored a couple against Gillingham in the FA Cup. So he gets a start ahead of Archer, who is on the bench. So is Brewster, so is McBurney. So there's quite a lot of strikers on the bench for Sheffield United today. And they've gone with Osula, who is a really young player. Yeah, he's been at Sheffield United in the academy as well. So gone with a bit of a change, Chris Wilder has. He's gambled a little bit, but it's one that's based on a brace in the previous game. So it feels quite attacking, actually, from Sheffield United when I'm looking at that team. It's I think we'll score, but I think they will as well. We'll do the Sheffield United bench in a second. Before we do, thank you, Brian, for the $5 super chat, who says Cornet will be man of the match.
I like it. I'd love that, by the way, Brian. I would love that to be true. I really would.
Artel, no, we will not show our lineup just yet. We've got to do the Sheffield United bench, and then you will get the lineup of both teams.
We're very regimented, Artel.
We are. Anyway, the bench for Sheffield United this afternoon as follows. Amisa is on there, who's the goalkeeper, along with Archer, Booster, Bayabu, McBurney, Norrington Davies, Norwood, Osborne, and Sariki. That's the bench for Sheffield United this afternoon. Now, what we're going to do to save a little bit of time, we're going to skip directly onto the old bet. Gonzo, is there anything you are fancying for the gamble today? I'll tell. The teams are on the screen now.
There you go. Look at that. They're going to stay there as well. Yeah, I'm not going to go ridiculous today. I'm feeling rather pragmatic and sensible. So I'm not going to go with a West Ham 5-0 win with a hat trick from Vladimir Soufal today. You'll be disappointed to know no one's winning 50 grand. Let's try and win some 100 quid, shall we? And go from there. I'm going to go. I think I'll have to be a slender Glenda West Ham win, Gio.
All right, so West Ham to win. I think it would do. McAtee and Bowen both have 2 shots each. I think that's a fair bet. Right.
Say again, McAtee for 2 and Bowen for 2.
Yeah, 2 shots
Okay,
each. You have to hit the target. Do you reckon both teams will get a booking?
Definitely.
And we probably need one more thing. Anything in particular?
I don't know. Do we go corners or do we want to try and get a? Oh, let's get a shot on target from some. Maybe another player with a shot on target. I do wonder. Look, I think Souček's going to play all game.
So Souček shot on target.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the bet. That's the bet. If this bet wins, one of you will win 100 quid. As simple as that. Well, it's not as simple as that. You've got to enter in a second. We'll tell you how. The following things happen. We will win £100 cash. If we win £100 cash, we'll give it to one of you guys. West Ham to win the match. McAtee and Bowen to have 2 shots each. Both teams to have at least 1 card, and Thomas Souček to have a shot on target. If that happens, one of you win £100. To enter in the live chat, please submit the following phrase.
He's typed it right as I thought it. So, but you get a credit. It's exactly right. Trusty hammer. I was also thinking about with the archer and the bow and all the stuff, but we've done enough bow and arrow. So, Luca, that is an excellent suggestion, mate. You don't have to write the word phrase. It's just trusty hammer. Trusty hammer, which is a play on words on 2 of the Sheffield United players.
Right, Gonzo, you've seen teams. What are you thinking? Are you going? By the way, are you going for a West Ham win just for the bet, or are you actually starting to feel a little bit like we're going to do this?
No. I'm trying to win. Sorry, I see Daniel having a good old laugh. No, I predicted that we'd lose this one, Daniel. I'm just trying to win someone some money, and I just don't like. It feels odd. I don't know, betting against West Ham really on this one. So I'm not confident, Geo. Not with a composition of that midfield. It's nice to have Bowen back. But I'm open to being surprised. I do think it's a massive opportunity for West Ham here. Massive opportunity. But David Moyes is not someone that is great at grasping opportunity. I've said this on numerous occasions. I do think that Moyes will look at this and think a draw's a great result. And it's not all on Moyes. As I say, look, he is responsible and he's culpable. The fact that he hasn't got a usable squad is his own bloody fault. Over £400 million, and he's been here 4 years. After 4 years, no one gets 4 years in football. You know what I mean? Some do, but mostly you do not. The average lifespan of a manager is not anywhere near 4 years. It's probably 1. I don't know what it is, but it ain't 4 years, right?
I don't want to.
Sorry,
in the Premier League, it's like 2 seasons is the average lifespan.
Right. I don't want to. I do not want any talk of projects. Not once you've been there 4 years. You should be done by now. You should be done. All right. So the fact we haven't is. That's all on David Moyes. That being said, given that we have a director of football, given that we have this transfer consortium or council that are meant to sit there, I don't know if they've been sitting on their asses. They probably haven't, right? But it looks like during September, October, November, December, they've been sat on their asses. And once again, we get to January and think, oh, hold on, who should we sign? We had an opportunity afforded to us by a little break and also by the African Cup of Nations, where actually we didn't have a competitive Premier League game for a nice little chunk. That was the optimum opportunity to go and sign who we'd identified in October, November and December. And they should have been signed there, and we should not be in this. As pleased as I am to see those boys on the bench, we should not be in this position. A club like West Ham should have been. I've said this in my videos. Brighton have gone and bought Valentin Barco, good player, with imperfect West Ham, 10 million. Gift Allbrand from Ghent has been signed. He was mustard again, the old brand and the mustard. He was excellent against us. 10 million quid again. He went to Olympique Lyonnais. This is not true that there are not players out there. Both of whom would have done a nice little job for us. And I'll tell you what, that would have been considered like a gamble money, decent gamble money. 10 million. You know what? If you get it wrong, you probably almost get your money back anyway.
Sheffield United have Ben Baird and Diaz.
I don't know. Well, obviously, I remember him because he scored against us against Blackburn.
Yeah, but the point is,
how much they pay?
He's on loan.
There you go. Yeah. Well,
the point is, that's someone that Moyes courted for quite a considerable amount of time and whatever. He was available. But I've actually got a bit of sympathy for the club, believe it or not, because I think part of me is thinking, how's Steiden and co meant to operate when the manager's future is uncertain? It is. So how are you identifying players to play under David Moyes? Or are you identifying players to play under a different manager? It is a difficult thing. And I think the injuries threw a curveball. And I think Calvin Phillips' availability is throwing a curveball as well. Not that I like it, but I think that has thrown a curveball. You know, Kevin Nolan's confirmed that we want him. So it's got a bit of something. Not loads. I agree. But I think even had we had signed one player, the squad would have still looked light today. And I'm looking at starting 11, and that's our first choice goalkeeper. Arguably, it's our first choice back four in Moyes' eyes. We're missing Edson Alvarez, but whether we sign someone or not, we'd still be missing Edson Alvarez. So it's our midfield pairing we've got there. That's our first choice. Bowen's there. So the only three players that shouldn't really be playing in an ideal world is Fornals, Cornet, and Ings. But because Caduce's away, we were going to have to draft one of them in. So Fornals were probably going to be playing today anyway, regardless of signings. So we're only 2 players short, if you like. And like you said, it's presented opportunity to youngsters. I just hope that Moyes is brave enough to play the youngsters. I just hope that if Souček's playing crap today, use Lewis Orford. You do not be afraid to use him. I know the answer. He won't. He won't sub Orford on for Souček. There's not a chance in hell. But this is why when you say it's good to see the players on the bench, and whilst I agree, I've got no confidence in them all coming on. There might be 1 or 2 that come on. Mubama coming on, but like I said, I don't count him as a youth player anymore. Mubama is now a senior player, especially today. Mubama is a very senior player today when you look at that bench.
Yes.
So he'll come on and Johnson will come on. I'm pretty confident that that's 2 subs done. Is he also going to bring on Marshall and Orford and Scarles? He's not, is he? You might see 1 of those, but I think that's it. And that's why it's nice to see, but it's not exciting to see because I don't believe they're going to get an opportunity, and that's the frustrating thing, really. I think if the injuries hadn't happened, we might have sanctioned a sale of Danny Ings, and we wouldn't see that today because he would have departed the club. So I think, if anything, I think the injuries have thrown a curveball for departures as well as incomings. And Said Benrahma should have been available today, but he decided to kick Williams in the bicep. Anyway, time for you guys to get involved. Get your thoughts into the live chat, not your score prediction, your thought on the West Ham lineup, the Sheffield United lineup, any big hopes or worries you have ahead of today's game. And I'm going to kick it off with this one from Ryan. Speaking of curveball, says, I hope it's Bowen right wing and Cornet left wing and not 4-4-2. I mean, you've spoken on the assumption it's like a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1 formation. But when he wrote that, I thought, hang on a minute, Bowen and Ings up front, Fornals on the left, Cornet on the right. It could be a 4-4-2.
I mean, look, I think that midfield duo is just as dysfunctional in either one of those 2 systems. So, I suspect Moyes would not do that. No, I just don't think he's brave enough. And I also don't think as a partnership is particularly good. But it's a good shout. Yeah, I mean, it does make you think. Definitely, Ryan.
Paul with another really good comment. Says, if you're a youth player, Moyes doesn't like Cornet. If I was a youth player and he's picking him before me, I'd be looking at my options.
I think so, but with Kadua, I think I think if I was a wide player, I think if I was I think Orford, I'd be looking. I'm not sure. I think the one player capable of pushing Cornet out of that team as a wide player is now on loan at Wickham. But I take your point. I'd make that point with Danny Ings in particular.
Yeah, Mubama was thinking, oh, great. Now I'm behind him in the pecking order again. I got 2 games. Neither of them had Paqueta and Caduce and Bowen behind me, and I'm being punished for it. Liam said he's glad Cornet has been
having
given
a sit down. Hey, Liam, having a nice sit down there.
Posing against a shed.
Fence. Yeah. I reckon it is. I reckon it's a beach hut.
I think so. It's a nice picture, though, isn't it?
Nice picture. Good picture.
Do you think he got someone to do that for
him? A professional one?
Yeah, like a shoot.
No, I don't. I think he's. I think we're walking. I've gone for a nice day at the beach.
In his chinos and trainers.
In his chinos, he's a stylish man, Liam. Right, and then and his partner's taken it on the iPhone, and they've cropped it down.
I wish I looked that good in chinos. I've never been brave enough to try them, really. I've just stuck to jeans. And
they're very tight trousers these days. I'm not in the groinal area. I'm talking about the leg.
Kerwin Horde said, "Can see Sheffield United getting at Bowen to test him, just like Bristol City did against Paqueta."
He looks like Paqueta as well, doesn't he? To be fair, it's a good picture. I think I've done that joke before.
Andy's won a trophy. I wonder what that trophy's for. Maybe he's a photographer for Liam.
Absolutely. So just his big camera. That's his big shiny lens.
Sonny, thank you for the $5. Said, got my Hammers Chats shirt and scarf on, sipping coffee from the Champions mug.
Did you send us a picture? Was it your picture in the chat, Sonny? Yeah. You're looking good, mate. Looking good in the old scarf.
Bro said Mubama's blown it, missed his chance, which is why Ings is in.
Yeah.
Michael said if we get a penalty, we might see a new pen taker today.
Yes. Yeah, interesting. Go on, who's it going to be?
Bowen. It's got to be.
Bowen. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Has to be.
Emerson.
Liam,
you're right, Bowen.
It is a beach.
I know it's a beach hut. I knew it. We need the other confirmation about who took the picture, Liam. I may have nailed this.
Brad said, I'm disappointed we haven't got the reinforcements we need in a game where we should be banking on 3 points. Mark says, if Cornelius shows glimpses of form, maybe we will see a little bit more in this game.
I hope so.
Andy said Liam is contemplating.
Yeah, he's thinking about whether to go for a swim, but he's thinking if I leave these trousers and my trainers on the sand, someone's going to nick them.
And it's light chinos as well, so you've got to be like really dry before you put them on, or that's going to.
Oh yeah, well he might have done the sand because they're so tight. When he pulls them on, it'd be like sandpaper. It would take your skin off, Liam. Got to be careful down the beach.
Anyway, Liam, we hope you like your chinos on the beach. And Michael said we haven't mentioned the James Ward-Prowse direct free kick. Could today be the day?
No.
Hammer Boy said Mubama's not a Premier League player. Championship all day. Mick Cluppin says Sheffield United 2, West Ham 1. Palace or Forest in relegation form. They both are, aren't they?
Yeah, but they ain't going to get relegated because it's not. That's their unusual relegation. Already, go on. Let me look at the league. During
the Brentford game, they said, if Luton win, they'll go it was like 2 or 3 points behind someone. I thought, how long? A minute? This is close. It's getting closer. Luton are getting closer than I perhaps anticipated.
I've got to say, Gio, Luton is very romantic. I don't mean the town, but it might be. I don't know. I've never been out for a romantic meal there, but them staying up appeals to me. I would like
it does. I really like Rob Edwards as well.
He's lovely, isn't he? What a geezer.
Handsome bastard, isn't he?
He's a good-looking fella, but he's got a sensitive touch. He's got a sensitive. Of course he does. I tell you what, I reckon he was in a beach hut next to Liam.
He was definitely having a photo shoot.
He certainly was. Oh,
Steve said, "I'm expecting a big improvement for Kane today. Now he's playing 2 consecutive games." Hammer 99 says Kane worked well on the 2 up top of Burnley, as did Ings. Wouldn't mind that being the case today, with Kane drifting left and making runs in behind and allow Fanals to float. Bowen is
all this corner talk is getting me excited.
Yeah. Carp says best lineup with players available, hoping Fanals plays central as its best position. Well, this is just it. We could have Bowen in his best position, Fanals in his best position. Now, I would argue Souček and Ward-Prowse are too, but they're missing the person that allows them to perform. Kearney, does he have a best position? I'm not too sure yet. It's Ings' best position. Granted, he needs a strike partner, but there's nobody out of position, if that makes sense. Maybe the system doesn't help them as to how they want to play, but it's not. We haven't gone quite square pegs and round holes yet.
Areola's in position.
I hope he is.
Yeah.
Cameron says, just think getting rid of Downs was a bit silly. At least there would have been like-for-like replacements in a defensive midfield role. I can't muster much emotion to gripe against Moyes. He scored yesterday, didn't Finn Downs, on his birthday.
I didn't realize his birthday. Yeah, he's playing very well.
Yesterday.
They're raving about him. They like him down there.
Yeah, I'm hoping they get promoted because then they'll need to keep him, won't they? 15 million, please.
A bit more. I think we've done well. I'll do negotiating on that one.
Ward-Prowse on pen says, bro, that's a good shout.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Paige says the same. Oh God, I'm really far behind the chat if I'm only getting to the penalty. Sorry, everyone.
It goes quick, the old chat. 1,256 people and watching the video.
Alvarez is injured, Chris. There's not even a rumor about him falling out with Moyes. I don't think he has. Alvarez is. A week ago, Alvarez was bigging up David Moyes. Whether you believe him or not is up to you. But I always think he doesn't have to say that. You know, when players speak publicly and back a manager, I was that you don't need. You could just do what others do, which is say nothing. You don't have to praise the manager. You can just say nothing.
Well, it's a bloody good team for Alvarez to play in. let's be. I think it's a terrible team for Lucas Paquetá to play for David Moyes. You know, he wants to be playing for Man City, really, doesn't he? Because you get the ball all the time. For a defensive midfielder, you're getting loads of opportunities to shine, aren't you?
I think also he must get the one thing that must annoy him though is getting subbed so often. He does get subbed quite a bit. Good Time said he's got a sneaky suspicion Ings is going to get a goal today.
Got a bet on that, have you?
Well, I certainly bloody haven't. He's determined Ings is going to score. I think we found Mrs. Ings. Maybe it's Paqueta. Maybe he's got a bet on Ings.
Of course he has.
I'm in Spain. Doesn't count. SpanishBetway.com. Allegedly, I'm not saying that's for you.
He's using a VPN this time. He sussed it out.
Yeah, he's pretending to be on Paqueta Island. Don't ever do it's me.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
Look, I was in Vinicius Junior's gym. Look,
that's right. That's right. With an elastic band taped around my ankles. Yeah.
I do my elastic band work.
Yeah,
and then I put up a picture on social media watching the game with a caption: "Come on, you irons!" crossed hammer emoji.
Nice.
Maybe Mr. Muscle emoji. That they like that, don't they?
Well, there was a poster earlier. It looked exactly like Lucas Paquetá. You could use him as a doppelganger. He could be his body double, couldn't he?
Yeah, I seen someone complaining about being. Well, he wasn't complaining. I think he was enjoying being Luke Littler's body double.
Who's Luke Littler?
The 16-year-old is taking darts by storm.
Oh yeah, he got to the
looks
final,
40.
didn't he? Yes.
He looks, but anyway, he hit a 9-darter the day before yesterday.
Yes.
So there was this guy popped up on social media like last week who is actually like 30 something that looks like Luke Littler. So people are going up to him in the street thinking it's him.
Yeah. Oh, so, really?
Yeah. So people, he's getting bothered all the time for being a darts player.
I always remember that James Corden one where James Corden waited until quite late at night and he basically retweeted this thing. He said, I didn't want to do it 2 or 3 hours earlier because this guy was clearly out having a nice time and I didn't want to ruin it to him. But apparently there's a guy out in Clapham at the moment getting VIP treatment in a club and they all think it's James Corden. He's getting free drinks. He's taking selfies and all the rest of it. I can assure you I'm in Los Angeles at the moment. But Corden had left it a couple of hours before rumbling him because he thought, I'm going to let this fella have the champers and the all the... Well, you know what that means.
Women.
Yeah, more.
The women. Right then, Adrian said Rio's moaning about us fans regarding Daniel. I don't really care, to be honest. Listen, I've got all time for Anton, but I don't have much for Rio. There's a big difference. One of them supports Man U, one of them supports West Ham. Dean says, I think we will win regardless of the lineup. Where's everyone's confidence? With a winky emoji, he's adding a little bit of context there. He's adding the tone to his message.
I like it.
Which is, I'm joking.
Yeah, a little.
David said, Moyes just said we might have to play ugly, and Rio is saying that fans are unrealistic.
Honestly, Moyes just said we might have to play ugly. That's like David Moyes saying that water might be wet. It's ridiculous. We are going to play ugly. It's a preposterous statement. I tell you what, all this talk about Cornet and all the rest of it sort of got me excited. I am now tempered by the fact that actually we're probably going to sit back and defend against Sheffield United and invite the worst team in the Premier League.
Yeah, but hang on. Cornet and Bowen breaking on the counter-attack has got a bit of promise to it.
It does. I like it. Definitely. It'd be nice.
The issue
is the offsides.
Slow coach in the middle. That's the problem.
Sorry, is that David Moyes' slow coach?
And it's Ings keeping up with them on the break. That's the issue. Because he always drops back. He always comes 10, 15 yards deep to get involved, which is okay if either you've got the vision and execution of Harry Kane or you've got the pace of Ollie Watkins get up the box and support. But when you've got neither, it's not the wisest idea. Sometimes best just to stay beside the centre backs and keep them.
Sorry, Mrs. Ings, by the way.
Keep them busy.
Geo said that.
JP said, "What's the best way to calm down his Willie? Sign him from Leeds." There you go. A topical pun for you this afternoon. Right. David saying, can we have a Cornet offside counter on the watch along? You can ask Bevel, who'll be here in a few seconds.
He's very technically gifted. Like, I'm going to make up a little offside-ometer.
And China is saying that Villa reject West Ham's bid for Duran. May bid for Breuer now. That I could believe why we would bid. I seen that we were linked to Duran.
I don't know who it is.
What? The young striker for Villa, he's massive. That is true, by the way. Steinberg has tweeted that. I've just checked to make sure it's not a fake account. It is Steinberg has tweeted it. He's a big.
You mean he's like huge? He's a monster. He's a big geezer.
He's tall and muscly.
A bit like myself.
No. What's Duran songs? We need some puns now. Duran
Reflex, Rio. Did they do Views to a Kill?
Hungry Like the Wolf.
Hungry Like the Wolf, yes. Yeah.
Save a Prayer.
Wild Boys.
Union of the Snake. Oh, they made a song about Dimitri Payet. That's good.
There you go.
All She Wants Is. Hey, I must confess, it's not really a band I've ever listened to. I might start now. Everybody's now naming Duran songs.
They're good. Duran are good.
Anyway, right.
Rio.
Bevel,
Yes, Rio.
You said Rio.
It's right.
Yeah, but you said it.
Did I? Oh,
yeah, but so why are you getting...
I forgot. There's your memory loss for you. Crikey.
And Bevel, you're a Duran fan.
I can't say I'm. Likely I've never been something I've looked into too much.
Are you a Duran fan?
Yeah, he's all right, isn't he? Big lump. Big guy.
He is big. He is big.
Big lump maybe does him a bit of disjustice. He's faster than when you say big lump implies, to be fair.
Simon Le Bon or the player?
Why not both?
Yeah,
good hair. Well, you, Charlie, obviously, and Simon Le Bon. Well, he did have. I'm not sure if he's still got good hair anymore.
I haven't seen him in many a year.
Anyway, Charlie.
What's Skills on Film? Sorry, I've got distracted. Yes, hello. You're right. Poll results. Yeah. So we asked you how you felt about the starting 11. There were 4 options. I love it. I like it. I don't like it. And I hate it. And as it comes up, the least popular one, 4% of people said they loved it. 9% of people said they hated it. 37% of people said they liked it. But 48% of people, almost half, said they don't like it. So a negative, mostly middle, but tinged on the negative side. Which makes sense.
Classic with a wording there, Charlie. I like that with a wording this week.
Yeah, I had to run quickly to do something. So I was like, "What have I got?" And that was what was there. There was no forethought on this one, you know. No forethought on this one, but I think it's probably understandable, right?
Charlie, that's a lie. You hate this midfield paving.
I do, yeah. But what else is there to do? I think you should. If I'm manager, I would put one of the youth midfielders in there with them. That's what I would do personally. But if I'm a Premier League manager who has all of the pressure on the world in them at all times, let alone right now where Rio Ferdinand feels the need to talk to camera to West Ham fans to say what the hell are you wanting from this situation because you have so much pressure on you, I don't necessarily blame him. I think he's wrong. I don't blame him. And you look at the rest of the team.
I'm going to text Anton Ferdinand abuse. Bring your brother in.
I saw the Rio thing. The thing is with Rio, right? This is the thing with ex-players in this. This is what I was thinking when I saw the Rio thing happen. Because I missed the David Moyes comments just before. As I sat down, I saw David Moyes having an interview. He was talking about Chris Wilder. I didn't really think about it, right? Ex-players have to think about football through the prism of win and lose. Because that's their job. They, don't get me wrong, they might have preferred ways they want to play, preferred positions they want to play. Some players like Danny Ings might think, right, I want to play more with a 2 up front than a 1 up front, all this other stuff. But their entire lives, from the moment they are basically pre-teens, a lot of them, all the way through till they retire from their careers, is through the prism of winning and losing. So I don't necessarily find it surprising whenever an ex-player goes, well, what do you want? You're winning. I never find that surprising to me.
I have to completely agree with Charlie because there's very few ex-players unhappy with the way that Moyes plays at West Ham. There's some, Frank McAvenny, when we did this videos with him, and he was like, I don't like it. It's not for me the way we play. But even he was a bit like, it does work. I just don't like it. So
I would counter that with, and I agree with both of you, but I would think anyone that's been in football that long would sort of probably gathered that it's, if you're going to start gobbing off against a fan base, then you probably know that that's not a completely clever thing to do as well, telling them what they're thinking and what they're feeling is a load of old rubbish. Then he should understand that carries with it some criticism itself. So yeah, it's
but he never complains about being, I've never seen him go, well, I was just telling the truth. It's just us who kick off about what he says.
No, yeah, but what I'm saying is when he's saying the words, what do you lot want and stuff like that, he's fully aware that he will be upsetting West Ham fans, and he is fully aware that there is a more nuanced argument than the one he is giving over. He's playing to the galleries, basically, and he's basically because he knows there's no West Ham fans in that studio, so he's quite a safe space, so he can gob off and says what he wants, but he understands that really is being not disrespectful. I don't want to be too precious. People can say what they want, but he understands he's going to be saying something which was at odds with what a lot of people are concerned about. And people certainly, I don't think, are concerned about the winning. Do any West Ham? I've never heard a West Ham fan, well, not really, say, "Oh, West Ham should be third this season." I don't think people are quibbling about the results or quibbling about the league position.
I got called negative for thinking we'll finish 8th.
Yeah, I think at the moment saying the words "I've never heard a West Ham fan say" is probably a dangerous thing, because lots of people say lots of things all the time. But I 100% get what you're saying. I would also say though that it doesn't matter. Whatever he says, whatever his thoughts are, it doesn't matter how he is there to give his thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Whatever his thoughts are, it literally, well, for him specifically, it doesn't matter how he articulates them, because West Ham fans hate him regardless of what he does and says.
True.
So that's the thing. But also, I don't think it matters how he says. However he would word the words, "What do you want?" It doesn't matter. You could say it nicely, or you could say it how he just did, where he looked down the lens of the camera, asked the camera to come towards him and go, "What do you want?" Which is an insane thing to do. Like, it doesn't matter which way he does it, he will get pelters for it. Because
you are right, but that's not Rio Ferdinand, that's not West Ham fan, that's the internet.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
you're right. You are right.
This is what I disagree with him about. Though, if he gave his opinion, which is, I think the football's okay, but they're getting really good results, so it justifies it. But he doesn't do that. He starts attacking West Ham fans' opinions, and that's where I've got an issue. Him thinking Moyes is doing a good job, one argument, he's entitled to that. That's his opinion. Mm-hmm. But as soon as he starts attacking West Ham fans' opinions for having those opinions, that's when I have a massive issue with it, because he's basically saying, I am better than you. This is my opinion. Why aren't you thinking like I'm thinking? Because I'm the one that's won Premier League medals, not you. Then it's almost like belittling the paying fans, or even if you don't pay to go, it's just a West Ham fan is belittling their opinions because he thinks he is greater than them. Now, he has done a hell of a lot more than any of us combined will achieve in football, right? But
still got time.
How often? But why is he a pundit, not a football manager then, right? Because it's an easy job. You know, why has Gary never gone into management, fucked it big time, and gone back to punditry? Because it's a safe space for him. So just because you're good at football doesn't mean you necessarily would translate to a good football manager. Likewise, managers with players, etc. That's the bit I have issue with, when he starts questioning West Ham fans' opinion, basically saying you're not allowed to think like that. I have a big issue. And as James has just said, this is the Rio Ferdinand that didn't like Moyes at Man United.
Very good, very good. He does have a really nice coat, though.
He does. That's
Liam would love that coat against his beach hut.
Yeah, I would like that coat.
And
I'd like a beach hut.
Andy, Rio's got one of the biggest YouTube channels in the country. It's called 5.
I also think that's potentially why he can be so like bored with these things, because you know what it's like on YouTube. You say, "What, Geo, you said 8th and someone called you negative," right? It doesn't matter what you say, someone will take shots at you because of it, right? He's probably getting shots all the flipping time, so he's probably just sat there going, "Well, whatever, I'll just say what I say and then we move on with our lives, shall we?"
I think a lot of the things he says, though, in relation to Man United, I think a lot of what he says is true, and I actually enjoy listening to his thoughts on Man U. Why? Because he watches every single game. He's very invested in Man United. So his opinions on Man United are very clued up. He knows a lot more about Man U than I am.
He has the nuanced view. He takes the bite. He goes full binary when he's talking about West Ham.
100% hammer boy. Do you imagine the clicks would get on that, having Rio on? That'd be good. Good for clickbait.
We did a video with Anton in which Rio was in the thumbnail. So I don't think we're gonna.
Rio greater than Anton.
I don't think we're gonna turn on the chance.
That's full on YouTube clickbait.
I did an hour interview with Anton Ferdinand, and we had to put Rio in it and say something like, "I was under pressure because of Rio." Now he did say that. That was the quote was true, but we decided to put Rio in there to try and get more views.
So I don't think we're going to turn down the opportunity to interview. Also, I don't think we should. I think it would be. I think it's one of those things, you know.
I know what people are getting at here, which is, well, if you speak to Anton every week, why don't you just ask him? Because I don't want to. I've not got the bollocks to say to Anton, can you get Rio on, please? I've not got the bollocks to do it because I actually enjoy speaking to Anton quite a lot, right? And me and Anton have got to the point now where he calls me, see you next Tuesday. When he sees me and stuff, he'll come on, all right, you see you next Tuesday. Everything's going, I love it. And we didn't change it, right? And I just worry if I say, can you get Rio on? That might change. Yeah. He might think, you only asked me. I mean, we've been working with him for a year and a half now. So I like to think we've got to the point where he knows that. I've
got no desire to have Rio Ferdinand on the channel as well. Let's put it that way. It's but you're right about sticking him on a thumbnail. Absolutely.
Rio and Anton are best friends. Like Anton, whenever I do speak to Anton, every second video I do, he refers to Rio in some form. It might be he's had a conversation with Rio, or Rio said something, or a bit about Rio's time at West Ham. He's always speaking about Rio. They get on really, really well.
Anton Ferdinand podcast is a regular feature of our Patreon channel, by the way, which is patreon.com/Hammers Chat. There are
watching Gonzo plug Patreon. Go on, Gonzo.
What you not even? Oh, you're facing me. Oh, sorry,
go on, Gonzo. Go on, plug away.
I'm going to talk to them. Okay. And the Anton Ferdinand, thank you, fellas. Anton Ferdinand podcast is one of the most marvelous features of Patreon, but it's not all you got. You've got loads of videos. You've got entry to competitions. If you're an addict, you get to win a signed shirt every single month. We got Hammerlytics, Charlie. Whichever way he is, he's over there. He's heavily involved in the Hammerlytics, opposition previews, breakfast shows. We have got player ratings. We got a load of stuff. We've even got a free trial, which allows you to try it out for a week. But what we like to think is probably the best part of it is now our naked show, where we don't talk about football at all, and we discuss all sorts of naughty stuff. So links in the description below, patreon.com/Hammers Chat.
There you go. Thank you for that, Gonzo.
Link in the description below.
Thank you.
Anyway, right then, I'm going to disappear because I'm waiting to pour myself a nice drink, and I'm going to get ready for the football. I'm going to put my own little bet on and root it on and see if I can win a few shillings during the game I'm watching today. So, Charlie, I shall see you at halftime, and Gonzo, I shall see you later.
Thank you, Geo. Gonzo's gone as well. Thank you, Gonzo. Appreciate you both. Right, everyone. Hello. How are you all? Thank you all for joining. I appreciate you all being here. It is, of course, the watch along. We do have the Cornet offside counter. I made that in a hurry, so it's not perfect, but it's there for now. We do have the Cornet offside counter to find out just exactly how many times. But before that, we have a game of football and potentially goals. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out. Let's have a look at the team, shall we? While I do that, I'll ask you all for your confidence levels. 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most confident possible. How confident are you of a West Ham result today? Lob those in the live chat as we go through the the teams. I'll say I did see a question about the Gladiators. Toby saying it's more on BBC Mind Numbing chat. I like it. Can't lie, I'm having a grand old time. I'm thinking of going back into linear television. Do you know what I mean? With that and the Traitors, I'm living the good life right now. I'm living the very good life. But yeah, good day, Cyberpunk. How are you? Shout out to the NIITS. Although I'm in London today. I managed to avoid the snow for watching it. But let's have a look at these lineups in full, shall we? Let me pull those up. West Ham, that's the back button. That's not even the right one. There we go. That's the one. Don't know how I even managed to press that. Right, West Ham lineup as such. Ariola starts in goal with Sufal, Zuma, Mavropanos, and Emerson in defence. They have Souček and Ward-Prowse just ahead of them with Cornet, Fornals, Ings, and Bowen. And now we don't know what sort of makeup this is going to happen in. Obviously, it's a 4 at the back. It could be a 4-4-2, which is what this sort of system is showing, you know, with Cornet on one side, Fornals on the other, and then Ings and Bowen up front together. Probably preferable for me. However, it could also be a 4-2-3-1 with Souček and Ward-Prowse as a double pivot. Then you have Fornals and in the middle of a Cornet and Bowen on the wings, and then Danny Ings up front. I would probably prefer the 4-4-2. You know, give Danny Ings that more support up front. I'm sure they did. If they didn't, what's the best way to calm down your Willie? I'm saying like a chamomile tea. I reckon, yeah. I reckon I'll go to We'll come back to this, Luca. If I haven't remembered by the time the game kicks off, remind me. I think it should be a 4-4-2. Given that it's not necessarily what I would want. I wouldn't necessarily want a 4-4-2. Like, I think it's just a bit whatever. And I think at times in the Bristol City match, I was frustrated by our passing being very sort of like predictably sort of straighty. And I think 4-4-2 only that's something we will come to, Curvin, as well. Something we can only gets encouraged by a 4-4-2. However, having said that, I don't suspect it will be. I think it will be a 4-2-3-1 just because that's the way we go, and it wouldn't necessarily surprise me. And I think, will it work? Probably not. I don't have any hope in Danny Ings scoring today, unfortunately. But this is where we're at. This is where we're at. The bench, however, is a lot more exciting. Fabianski is on there alongside Johnson, Cresswell, Ogbonna, Casey, Scarles, Orford, Mubama, and Marshall. Exciting because it's mainly youth players. Yeah, but you like WWE? You raise a great point, Troge. I still stand by it. I don't like everything WWE does, to be fair. I don't like everything WWE does. But I do, in general, like wrestling with WWE, yes. And I would back that to the hill. I don't know. Listen, it is what it is. The bench is more exciting just because there are youth players on there, right? And we might get the opportunity to see some of them because realistically, we are going to have to make subs at some point. Putting Jared Bowen on today, I don't know whether he's rushed back or not, but I would like the idea of being able to sub him off. And if we do have to sub him off, that means one of Marshall and Mubama will be coming on, for example. Casey doesn't have a very high chance of coming on, but Skulls potentially could. Orford potentially could. And that's all I want. Like, if I'm manager of West Ham, I would probably have more youth players involved more of the time. I'm not someone who would stay away from that, and I would like David Moyes to be doing it more. But as I said in the build-up bit, I sort of understand why it doesn't happen. However, when there are opportunities like today, I think it's such a massive one for those youth players, and I wouldn't shy away from, and I wouldn't want us to shy away from, despite my understanding of not playing him sometimes, I wouldn't shy away from bringing him on because it's such a, this is the opportunity. This is it. Bristol was it. This is it. You're not going to get a time where you have this many injuries and this many absences at once at West Ham probably for the rest of the season. Take it while you can. And for the players who come on, I would hope they do the same. Rumours saying I did a 6-fold bet then took West Ham out as I don't trust us. Probably the correct thing to do. Traitors is awesome. Traitors is amazing. I started watching it on a lark. I thought it'd be a joke, and then I ended up loving it. So, that's where we're at with that. Foderingham starts in goal for Sheffield United with Bogle, Robertson, Ahmed Hozi, can never say it, and Trusty in defence. They got Sousa, Hammer, and Hamer. It's Hamer, isn't it? In midfield with McAtee, Brooks, Berriton, Diaz, and Usala. A couple of players that we know of in there, of course. Ben Brereton Diaz, someone we were heavily linked to for a long time. Someone who went over to Spain, has come back to the Premier League. He's getting his opportunity now in the Premier League. I think that's the wildest part of the trades, by the way. Clattenburg being on there is just insane. I turned to my girlfriend, I said, you don't understand why, but this is insane. This is truly mad. I feel like it's a good opportunity for him to actually get in the Premier League and prove he can do it. Will he or won't he is a different story. We'll have to wait and see in that instance. 1 game, no goal so far, I believe. I can remember, but we'll see how it happens. And hopefully today is not the day he breaks that. Other players to look out for. McAtee is someone who's been sort of widely touted for a long time. Geo got a lot of pelters from Sheffield United fans after his comments in the pre-match, the opposition preview he did with Hal from the Sheffield United way. My lord, Geo, he probably shouldn't have said what he said. And the Sheffield United fans, they hated him for it. Ahmed Hozi, I really like as a centre-back, despite the fact I'm not able to say his name. Bogle is someone who Geo was really high on for a long time. We did literally videos on him. But yeah, that's your Sheffield United lineup. The subs being Amissa, Brewster, McBurney, Archer, Norwood, Osborne, Norrington, Davis, Seriki, and Bayabu. Archer is one. I mean, listen, Archer and McBurney are the two are the two names forward that could bring on. McBurney, big physical striker. If they're losing, they could very easily start to go long towards McBurney. He's also deceptively fast in my opinion, although I might change my mind after that. But getting forward, he can get forward with it as well. Archer was the guy they sort of brought in to hope to get the goals. It hasn't fully worked out. On his day, I still think he's good, but it's just not happening for him at the moment. So it makes sense that he's dropped down. Norwood, someone else to look out for. Midfield general in general is what I'm going to say with that one. But those are the two lineups. And let's do. Tell you what, instead of sub bingo, we've only got 5 minutes until kickoff. So let's do Cornet offsides. How many offsides do you reckon? How many times do you reckon Cornet will be offside? Let's get that. Instead of sub bingo today, we're doing Cornet offsides. How are we vibing? Let me know. I'm vibing. I'm going to say 3. And Ryan first in. Where is it? Jumped up. Ryan first in said 3 as well. So interesting. We don't know. I don't know what Alvarez's injury is. Dan's saying it's a calf injury. I honestly, I haven't even been paying attention to it. I'm just like, every day I'm just like, please come back. Please. I need you. So I've got no idea. Honestly, I've got no idea. Jay saying, expect Cornet to be better today than in the FA Cup. Hopefully bowing the cobwebs out. Predict a goal from him and Granny Ings. Jay, I love that vibe. Confidence levels were about as where you would expect them to be. Let's have a look at these. 3, 7, 10, 4, 4, 15. Stephen, big. 5, 13, 5. See, 5 is a lot, but next to 13, it doesn't seem so much, does it? And that's sandwiched by 17. 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. 6, 0. He's scoring a hat trick today. Evedius. Yes. I love it. I'm here for it. Mr. A on the other side. 16. I thought you left. That's a Hoosiers joke for you there. Goodbye, Mr. A. Let me blow my mind and kill the surprise. I'm trying to remember any of the lyrics from that song to make a joke. Goodbye, Mr. A. You promised you would love us, but you knew too much. Is that the lyrics? I think it is. 0. He won't get the ball. Luke coming through with the opposite side of the argument there. Cornet 12, 3, 4, 4, 2. Cornet offside 90 times, 1 a minute from Rex, not including stoppage time. Love that idea. 3, 2. McLaughlin saying a team with only 2 wins. This could be revealing. 6, 2. 3, 45. There's some interesting ones. I would go with 3. I'm going to say 3 subbed after 5 minutes of an injury. Cornet 1 offside. Still love that HDU. Still getting in there, you know. I would say 3. 3 is what I'm going to say. I don't know whether or not it happens. We'll see. But I've got faith that he's going to be running in. I think he's going to be one of the guys to really make stuff happen today, and I think that's probably going to be the case. 5, 7 offsides, yellow, and subbed 85th minute. It's a big game. It's a busy game for him, Shane. We of course the kickoff will be in just a few seconds' time. It's in about a minute and a half. We do have a timer in the top corner, which will say exactly how far behind you I will be, because I will be ever so slightly far behind you, despite the fact I'm watching on Discovery Plus legally in the UK. It's always slightly behind. Trini made a good point. Maybe it's about betting. Could be that was actually quite a smart thing to say. That makes sense. I can't believe I've never thought of it before, but it does mean I'll be probably about a minute behind you. But the timer is there to show you exactly how far behind I am. However, like the video if you haven't already, helps us out a massive amount. There was a big like spike earlier and we're already over 400, so we're doing really well today. So if I could get another unearned like spike right now, we could potentially be over 500 before kickoff, but we're gonna have to speed. We have to be quick about it because it's almost kickoff time. And while you're down there, subscribe, because we have plenty of videos coming up. We do watch alongs every single game alongside everything else we do. So thank you very much for supporting, ladies and gentlemen. We've spoken about the teams, we've spoken about both lineups. We've no more flipping, no more flopping. We've spoken about it all. Get your predictions in and we shall lock them in. Mr. Pete Hammer, good to see you, saying 4, 5 and give us away. Cheers, Nigel. This is how much I like the traitors, by the way. I have, since in the days where there is no traitors, I've watched an entire episode of the Traitors Australia. So And I want to watch the second series of The Traitors US, mainly because it has one Dan Giesling in it, who's my guy. Love that guy. Streamer. Good dude. And John Burkow, former Speaker of the House of Commons, is somehow in The Traitors America. Don't know how. Alex, good to see you, sir. Alex, the Timeless Podcast, uploaded an amazing video about about High School Musical. And I'll tell you what, the hat stuff, it had me gripped. So I would recommend you watching it. I would recommend you watch it. But let's get those final score predictions in, ladies and gentlemen. Final score predictions. Let's lob those in the live chat. Order. As we are getting close, we're about to kick off. It's West Ham United. It's Sheffield United at Bramall Lane in the Premier League. Michael Salisbury is the referee. He's looking at his watch. Danny Ings kicks off. Deploy the boys. It's time to run. 2 tings. Come on, you Irons. Let's go. Let's go. I'm saying for score prediction, I'm going to say 2-1 West Ham. That's the way I'm vibing it. 2-1. Let's have a look at some of yours. West Ham tried to break down the right-hand side instantaneously. I've said instantaneously straight away. I've said it instantaneously. I'm just going to have to try and avoid it now forever. What the hell? 3-0 to the Hammers. Let's go, FPB. Let's go. Love that from Toby. Love that getting involved. Big. 0-0. Wake me up when it's over. 2-0. Bowen and Zuma or Souček from a James Rock perhaps corner. We do have baby bells. I forgot to check the date on them, but we do have baby bells. I found some in the fridge yesterday because I didn't go shopping, but I found some in the back of the fridge, so I'll have to check the date on them. But we do potentially have baby bells. 3-1 says Robert. 2-0, 3-0, 0-0, 0-0. Can't stand Claudia Winkleman. See, I was never usually a Claudia Winkleman fan, but I think she's perfect for the Traitors. I think she absolutely kills the Traitors. I don't really know much of what she does. I haven't really seen a lot of her presenting stuff, but if you'd ask me about Claudia Winkleman, I'd be like, whatever. In the Traitors, it's pitch perfect for me. Pitch perfect. But you have to sort of let it in. You just sort of have to absorb it as a thing. 2-1 says Chris. 2-1 says Unkind. Ings with 2. Bowen up front with Ings. Behind Fornals. Cornet. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking it is. I'm looking at it at the moment. Cornet's wide on the right-hand side. I'll sort of give it a little bit more time to settle, but that's what I think it is, Shane, as well. Draw 1-1, 2-1 with West Ham feeling nice. 3-1 West Ham. Ings needs to score assist today, says Jean, 100%. 5-0 says Navidius for us. Cornet, hat-trick and Bowen brace. I feel it. Ings double assist. 3-1 says Mr. Bay. He's come back. Long throw from Sheffield United in towards the box. Bit of miscommunication there between Zuma and Souček. It does end up being a headed away regardless. And Pablo Fornals is on the ball. This is a nice opportunity. It was a nice idea to try and outside it towards Cornet, who was steaming down the right-hand side. It was a nice idea. Just didn't quite get it. Just didn't quite perform it. But you love to see that. I think a counter-attacking 4-4-2 is maybe the right way to go. And it seems to be what's happened. It does. I think Shane was right when he said it. And I agree with him. It does look like a 4-4-2 to me with Fornals wide on the left-hand side, Cornet on the right, and then Ings and Jared Bowen down the middle together with Jared Bowen, I think, on the right of the two, although that might change. I think that's probably the right thing to do. In fact, I think Bowen was on the left of the two. But we'll see. West Ham are passing it around in their own half at the moment, so I can't fully see the makeup of the forward line, but that's how it felt like. And Pablo Fornals very much playing the Lucas Paquetá, sort of like starting on the left, but giving sort of free roam. Nice idea to try and flick it over the top. I think Cornet would have been offside there, but it doesn't count because it wasn't officially claimed, but he would have been offside if he managed to get onto the end of that. Danny Ings hat-trick, 1-0, 1-1. You hate to see it. You really do. You really do. It does. It is very 4-4-2. It's 4-4-2. It's 4-4-2. I think we can say that. It's comfortably now. Jonathan, good to see you. I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I'm tired. I woke up incredibly late, but I'm good. I'm good, Jonathan. You know, I'm very stressed. Got a lot of work on. Second this is done, I'm gonna have to go make a cup of tea, sit back down in this chair, and then not move until I go to bed. Basically, just editing. But you know, apart from that, we're good. We're good. Hope you're good, Jonathan. Hope you're well. This chat is jumping all over the place. Then I'll put them back away. You love to see it. You love to see it. Bit of head tennis going on right now, bouncing about. Emerson finds Pablo Fornals. Nice first time pass back to Emerson, and uncharacteristically heavy touch from Emerson. Loses out on the ball. Sheffield United try to counter, although Cornet, good work right there, charging back, try to get involved in the tackle. Goes 50-50 with his man, loses out, but you love to see the effort and the work rate. Harmer plays it out wide. I said Hammer and Hamer, and it was Harmer. I missed twice. You hate to see it. The worst thing is I've watched him play. I should know this. Disgraceful for me. Does well again to turn round Harmer. Looks to try and play it into Burgle. Can't. Emerson just tries to hook it away. Manages to stop it from coming out from a corner. A flip-flap. I don't know who that was. McAtee just hit a flip-flap. Like prime Ronaldinho. You love to see. James McAtee just walked up one-on-one with Emerson, who is a Brazilian Italian, and went, yeah, I'm a flip-flap him. He's English. You love to see it. Cornet tries to cut inside, finds the overlap. Flamir SHUWHU, this is a good opportunity. Lots of Sheffield United players back, managed to get the block, and it's going to be a throw-in, but nice counter-attack. I like the idea of the 4-4-2 rapid counter-attack, and I think we have the sort of guys on the pitch for it. Fornals is very direct. Look, he's not rapid like Cornet is, because Cornet is rapid, so he's going to be good at that. But what he is good at, Pablo Fornals, is he's very direct. Jack described him as an accelerator to me, and I think that's probably the right way of wording it, right? He gets the ball, he's turning, and he's pinging it directly forward, that kind of vibe. And I think for a sort of counter-attacking 4-4-2, with two up front as well, one of them being Jared Bowen, I think this kind of works. I think this is the best we could have possibly done. I don't like it, but I do think it's the best we could have possibly done. Lawrence, how are you, my friend? How are you? Good? How are you, bro? You good? Hello, everyone from Lexington, Kentucky, USA. Come on, your irons. 2-0 to the Hammers. Love that, Lawrence. Love that. Is Stu doing a stream, Lawrence? Do you know? Or is anyone else doing? I don't know Stu, and I don't think Titch was either, as far as I'm aware. But I haven't looked properly. Big boot forward. Souček gets the header on. Fornals battles for it. It was a nice idea from Danny Ings to try and lay it down first time. Didn't work out. Heavy ball towards Ben Brereton Diaz. And West Ham are pressing nicely here. Danny Ings is going in with the Robert Snodgrass and forces them into an awkward position. Fornals collect. Oh, it was a difficult touch to take, and it doesn't quite work out for him. Otherwise, we would have been potentially in a good opportunity. But I'm loving this press right now. I'm loving this press. Oh, that's a really nice ball forwards. McAtee turns, plays it forward, cross into the box from Sheffield United. Is over the top of everyone. She's not doing one. Ah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm glad you're well, bro. Yeah, that's what I use. That's what I'm using now. Yeah, it's very good. It seems to weirdly glitch every ad break, but apart from that, I'm fine with it. Oh. SHUWHU, long throw. Jared Bowen loses out on that one. Not exactly going to win many situations like that. There is, apparently. I don't think it will come to anything. But we've been linked. But I don't believe it will come to anything. The ones that seem... Just why? The ones that seem realistic right now, Osman seems realistic, Calvin Phillips seems realistic, but they're the two that seem most likely to happen. Everything else is sort of different. It's literally why I have it. I can't lie. That's literally why I have it. Moritz, that is insanity, bro. I bet 1k on West Ham, they better win. For your sake, I hope it happens, bro, because my lord. Curtis Zuma on the ball. He's on the left-hand side of the back two, of course, with Mavropanos. Big boot forward from him. Finds Jarrod Bowen. He manages to get the control. Heavy touch, though, allows Sheffield United to get the tackle, but we've been a friend. We've been a friend. $1K. Listen, $1K of anything. It doesn't matter what it is. $1K of literally anything I would not put on West Ham to win right now. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I don't bet anyway, but even then. That, and I can't afford anything. So, I wouldn't bet anything. But 1,000 of anything is just scary. Eduardo, welcome. Hope you're well from Kuwait. Love that. Love that, Eduardo. We need Eddie and Pack are desperately needed, my friend. Spread out wide to the left-hand side. Sheffield United, Ben Brereton Diaz on the ball. Try to play it back inwards. Long shot from range straight into the hands of Areola. Sousa going for it. Sousa going for that sort of jackhammer long shot, Thomas Hitzlsperger style from range. But straight into the hands of... struck well, but straight into the hands of Areola. No, I don't know how long the train takes to get to Sheffield. Let's have a look, shall we? We'll go to maps. We whip the ball forward, Sheffield. Sorry, West Ham. Out wide to Pablo Fornals. It goes back to Kurt Zouma. London. No, Sheffield is what I'm looking for. How long does it take me to get to London? Got a surprise for you, Charlie. London. How long's the train? About 2.5 hours? About 2.5 hours-ish? You know. Too late, unfortunately. The Bevo Super Sub is officially off. Oh. It's incredibly close. The ball got whipped in sort of aimlessly almost, and Danny Ings charges in and gets a touch on the ball. It goes over the top of the goalkeeper and almost manages to find its way in. Foderingham a little bit lost in no man's land, but it doesn't end up in the net. It was a long throw from SHUWHU. It was kind of aimless. It bounces a little bit. Souček with the nod on. And Danny Ings does manage to get the touch to it. He asks, he looks towards the ref to see if there was a foul given. I don't think there is, to be fair, because Foderingham comes out to stop it. I mean, there's nothing else he can really do. But close from Danny Ings. Close. Yeah, about 2.5 hours. So, unfortunately, the Bevo Super Sub is unfortunate. It's impossible today. So, hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. West Ham throw on the left-hand side. Emerson quickly to Fornals, who tried to sort of flick it on towards the on-running. I'm not sure who it was who was making the overlapping run, but Sheffield United fouled him, and it's going to be a free kick about 35 yards away from goal, relatively close to the touchline. Foul on from Sousa and Fornals. Judas, my trustworthy friend, how are you? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Oh, we're at 529 likes. That's hilarious. That's actually hilarious. We probably hit 500 before the stream started. Before the match started. Whipped in from James Ward-Prowse. Zoom on head. Flicks on, doesn't go anywhere. Flick on, doesn't go anywhere. Foderingham catches it, tries to release it quickly. But Ward-Prowse wins a header. Wins a header. Oh, Danny Ings is in here. Mistake from Sheffield United. Jarrod Bowen on the ball, puts it to a stroke foot just wide. Oh, so close. So close. A mistake from Sheffield United being absolutely lackadaisical with their passing. Danny Ings comes flying in, wins the ball nicely, puts it round his first man. He's doing well today, Danny Ings. Passes it to Bowen, he then fires it across goal. It was in that agonising space between corner and the post. Whether he was going for a goal or whether he was going for a cross, I think it was a goal. Because it was just fired in at such a rate. And Cornet just slightly hard. So close to 1-0 there. So close. I tell you what, Danny Ings is doing all right today. I didn't think I'd be saying that, but Danny Ings doing all right too. I did. I tell you what, he infuriated. I saw Hal, who he did the opposition preview with, who's a really nice guy and actually speaks really, really well. I like Hal. I think both of our Sheffield United previews, opposition previews this year, have potentially been the best ones we've done, because Hal's really good. Hal put the clip up of Geo basically saying that he thought it was good McAtee joined Sheffield United because he wanted him and he could see if he could do it at like a sort of relegation style Premier League team, see if he could do it in the Prem. And Hal cut that out and put it on Twitter, and my lord, the replies. My lord, the replies. Well, that's a nice first time pass. That's a free kick in a very good position. Maybe slightly. Is it too close? Is the thing we'll be saying here, but I think it's just off to the side enough to put it in a really strong position. Harmer with a first time pass in towards I can't remember what's the guy's name. Asula, that was it. Who went down right on the edge of the area. Right on the edge of the area. Like I say, could potentially be too close. Could potentially be too close. They've tried to move it just ever so slightly back, so it's not directly on the line like it looked like it was going to be. But it's still incredibly close. Getting it up and down from this kind of position is going to be difficult. McAtee and Harmer both standing over it. I think it's probably too close because it's just where the sort of where the edge of the area and the edge of the D meet. It's sort of just in that sort of area. It's about here, right? So it's very, very close. Harmer hits it straight off on the wall. Bounces away. Bounces away. Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for that. I did see what Tony did yesterday. I didn't see anything about Tony, but I did the rest of his performance. All I saw was him moving the ball and then grabbing the foam and moving it, and I'm like, it is what it is. Long throw in, headed away from Thomas Souček. Nice little step in from Pablo Fornals. It's going to be another throw in, but stopping Robinson from getting any further forward. Jose, big up Brazil. Long throw from Jack Robinson into the box. Headed away from Thomas Souček. Again, it's not bad. It's probably better than 2000. Shot comes in. Brooks snapped at it. It came to him just on the edge of the area. And it was bouncing. It was high, and he just strikes it first time with his left foot. A scary shot, but not one that was ever. It would have been an absolute barnstormer of a goal, but he's lashed at it and it's gone significantly high. Ivan Foamy, ladies and gentlemen. It's big and it's good, and you just got to respect it. You just got to respect it. You just got to respect it. James Ward-Prowse giving away a free kick there. I think that one was probably a bit harsh. Harmer's gone down quite emphatically. It looked a bit harsh there. I thought he maybe have snipped in there. Maybe he didn't, to be fair. But free kick in the middle of the park. James Ward-Prowse on Harmer. Yeah, no, he didn't, to be fair. It is a free kick, but Harmer could chill out. That was very emphatic, the way he went down there. Very, very emphatic. Would you take Chalobah? Oh, I'd always take Chalobah. I would always take Chalobah. I think he's a very, very good player. And especially if we had an option to buy on a loan deal, or we were just buying him outright, I think there's a lot of upside to Chalobah. Am I happy with Mavropanos? I am happy with Mavropanos, but I'd always take Chalobah if he was available. Huge miscommunication between Areola and Zuma. Again, the sort of thing that does not happen with Fabianski in goal. Big long boot into the box, and Zuma goes for a defensive header, expecting people to be around him, and there just wasn't a Sheffield United player in sight. It was an awful pass, and it could have and should be a goal kick to us, but a miscommunication between him, or lack of communication probably, between himself and Areola. Sort of thing that Fabianski just doesn't let happen. Big ball in, Zuma does get the header away that time. Bounces out. That's a handball. Handball in the box. Thank you very much. That'll be ours. Free kick. Yeah, he's not been great so far today. He's not been great at all. It's just, I know I just said it 4 times, but it's just not what happens. It's just not what happens when Fabianski's in goal at all. Like, it just isn't. He's very loud, he's very commanding, he shouts a lot, whereas Areola just isn't that at all. Isn't that at all. Big long throw towards. Can't quite get there. Jared Bowen. Cornet battling for it. Wins. Back to Jared Bowen. Tries to cut inside onto his left foot. To Fornals. He's got the overlap from Emerson. Pass is just a little bit off. I'm liking the ideas of what Fornals is doing today, but his passing is just not being pulled off. There's a couple of times where a nice pass was... The first one with the outside of the boot to Cornet, maybe I forgive a little bit more, but that one to Emerson felt a little bit easier. Probably should have completed that one if we're being honest. Oh, and now they can counter-attack, and thankfully Osula's fallen over. Mavropanos was there, but I don't think there was a foul. It looked more like he... It looked clean, is what I'm saying. It didn't look like a free kick, although it was tight, I'll be honest with you. And we come away with the ball. It was a really good counter-attacking opportunity. I would say we are, Thor. I would say we're playing better so far. I could understand... I don't think we're playing particularly amazingly or anything. I don't think they're playing well. But I would say we've probably edged it, but it's not enough to be ahead or anything like that. We've had some good opportunities, but not enough to be ahead or anything. Thomas Souček, good interception. And then loses out the ball instantaneously. Ball through to Brereton Diaz, surely offside. He pulls it back across, and Areola makes the save. They went for the sweaty goal. It was offside. I was right. It looked a mile offside. It looked massively offside. It was one of those ones where you should have just probably called it earlier. Ben Brereton Diaz, that's 2 very quick counter-attacking opportunities in a row. That one, oh, it's a good opportunity for West Ham to play the ball forward. It comes back long... Searching thing, all Cornet's there. Jared Bowen's in the middle. Cornet inside the box, cuts his side. Pull back is behind everyone. The pass is bad. The pass is bad. It was just behind the player, whoever was approaching. More games open up, the less it's good for us. More games open up, the less it's always good for us. We want them to be stifled. And right now, this game is pretty open. It's feeling almost end-to-end. West Ham players streaming back as Sheffield United have almost as many players forward. Brooks tries to whip the ball in, cleared out from Mavropanos, back across to Brooks. Once again off SHUWHU, and now it calms down slightly as Sheffield United are forced back, working their way down the left-hand side of the horseshoe. Oh, Brooks does brilliantly up SHUWHU, nutmegs him on the way through. Side to Brereton Diaz, who hits it straight into the hands of Areola, thankfully. Thankfully, straight into the hands of Areola. Beautifully done by Brooks. SHUWHU comes, steps to him, and he just nutmegs him with ease and steams through. Nice flick to the nice awareness to pass it back to Brereton Diaz. And a lot of space, who fluffs his lines a little bit with that shot, if we're being honest about it. He takes a touch, maybe thinking he had a bit more time. Has to snap at the second time, and straight into the hands of Areola. Straight into the hands of Areola. SHUWHU is now just nutmegged Brereton Diaz. There's nutmegs all over the shop. Thomas Souček, poor pass behind SHUWHU, who doesn't charge back in the way I would want him to. He's starting to come back now, but it's well intercepted at the other side by Emerson, and Fornals takes it past his man nicely. He's got Emerson just ahead of him. He tries the forward pass to Jared Bowen. Probably the right option. There was a lack of him here. And again, as this game opens up, it never suits us. Games that are open and end-to-end like this do not suit us. Sheffield United are trying to trying to find a way forward, but have been forced to slow down. Danny Ings dropping back into that one position in a sort of 4-4-1-1 defensive shape, just standing in front of their midfield, not allowing them to get forward, and some poor passing goes out, and it's going to be a throw into us on the left-hand side. But looking at a chance again where Brereton Diaz was offside, he was a mile offside. And then Brereton Diaz, he did really well after that. He takes on his man, lays it first time across, a little looking for that sweaty goal, the crosser pass where it's 2-on-1 against the goalkeeper. And thankfully, I mean, whoever it was who hit it, I think it's Osula, straight at Areola regardless. But he was offside. Yeah, Souček's not having a good time right now. Souček is not having a good time right now. There's 2 or 3 moments just in a row there where it's felt really sort of just not good. Not good. But across the pitch, not really sure what the idea was there, but Brereton Diaz wins it and then wins a free kick on the halfway line for Sheffield United. Disagree with Ings. I think Ings is actually doing all right so far today. Other ones I would say are playing poorly. Other ones I would say is playing poorly. I think Souček's just passing. It's been some very basic passing that's just not gone very well for him today. And I've not so far noticed too much of his defensive side. Usually I do. I haven't noticed too much of it. Fornals, I like the idea of what he's been trying to do, but I think he's doing okay. But his passing, there's been a couple of misplaced passes which felt really vital, and it's not good enough. Which usually he's very good at. Yeah, that's sort of where I'm at, Jonathan. Don't mind Fornals trying these passes, but no one in the team can complete 5 hard passes right now. Yeah, it's just we're struggling a little bit with that. McAtee looks for a shot from range to deflect off Zuma. It's going to be a corner. Do you know what? Probably Lucozade Sport, because that's the only one I've ever had. But I've only ever had like the generic Lucozade Sport. Whipped in, that's a free header. Again, zonal marking. Never fun for me. They play it in, and there's not a single person even close to him. Thankfully, his header is directly at Areola. Every single one of their shots is directly at Areola. Yeah. I've never had any other Lucozade apart from the generic Lucozade Sport one. It's maybe something I should have observed, and I don't even know what flavour that is. Isotope. I'm going to say it's isotope flavour. I'm going to incorrectly say it's isotope flavour. West Ham passing the ball around at the back. Started strong. I think the last 10 minutes have been... Last 5-10 minutes have definitely been Sheffield United. I think we started well. We were starting well. It looked like we sort of had the better of it in terms of our counter-attacking. We pressed quite nicely, but in the last 5 to 10 minutes, Sheffield United, as the game has opened up, it has benefited Sheffield United more. Nice idea to play that through from Pablo Fornals. Finds him that time. Danny Ings, nice pass out wide to Vladimir Soufal on the right-hand side. Crosses it back. Danny Ings just wiggles his way into... It was a shot on target. Cornet! It's West Ham 1, it's Sheffield United 0, and it's Maxwell Cornet with the goal. Just as I was saying, it wasn't going beautifully for us. It's just opened up, and that's exactly why it was working before. Ball gets played in. Danny Ings manages to wriggle his way into some space. Hits it. It's on target, but it hits off one of the Sheffield United players. And somehow at the end of it, it lands at the feet of Maxwell Cornet, who fires it past Fotheringham. Nicely, strongly, lowly, bosh. West Ham United 1, Sheffield United 0. Let's absolutely go. Let's absolutely go. Danny Ings plays it out wide initially to Vladimir Coufal, does nicely. It's back into Danny Ings, wriggles his way into his chance, hits it. There's so many people in the box. It's bound to deflect off one, but Maxwell Cornet at the far post is the one who collects it after the deflection and strikes it solidly into that bottom corner. Maxwell Cornet gets the goal, ladies and gentlemen. It's West Ham United 1, Sheffield United 0. Really nice finish. Danny Ings doing two good things in there to try and make it work. I say he's doing okay today, and that is a good finish from Maxwell Cornet. A very, very good finish. Oh, beautiful stuff. 1-0. 1-0. He's got a goal before he's got an offside. You love to see it. It's a good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good day. It's a good day. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. To be fair, I'll be honest with you, OG. I thought he might have been offside. I looked at him and I thought he was off. Obviously, he wasn't, but my initial reaction, I was celebrating, but in the back of my mind, I was like, Cornet looked a bit offside there. But, you know, we move. We move. It's a wild comment. That's a wild comment, GB. That's an insane comment. Shocked. I am shocked. I am utterly shocked. Yeah, the wingers have swapped. The wingers have swapped, which is nice to see. That's what I want to see a little bit of sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong, when we have Bowen and Paquetá on the left and on the right, I get why we don't do it. They're sort of very, like, steadfast players. But when you have Fornals and you have Cornet, who are capable of sort of playing both sides. I mean, Fornals isn't exactly a right winger, but realistically, he's not exactly a left winger either. So when you have them sort of playing both sides, when you have them playing, you can do that sort of switch up, and I kind of like that idea. Just keeping it moving, keeping it fresh, you know. Sheffield United conceded 8 more goals than any other team in the Premier League this season. You hate to see it. Big long throw from Robinson. He's good at long throws. Harmer at the back post, trying to control it for what looked like an overhead kick, but Danny Ings gets the clearance. Cornet, nice pass and sprint there. I like it. Free kick one from Vladimir Coufal off the back of Sousa. Crazy. Crazy. Who would have thought it? Onside. Who would have thought it? Pinged forwards. Cut out by Sheffield United. Vladimir Coufal loses out on the throw, but Thomas Souček, nice tackle, comes flying in and covers that area. Sheffield United ping it forward down the left-hand channel, looking to exploit that side as Vladimir Coufal stepped forward, but Mavropanos battles with whoever it was, and it's going to be a throw into us. Wins. Why does Gonzo not like Sheffield United? Probably because of the stuff that happened in the late 2000s, right? With Carlos Tevez and all that. I don't know. I haven't spoken to him about it, but I would suspect that's why. That's the only reason Sheffield United and West Ham have any beef, right? Is the Carlos Tevez stuff. So hooked forwards. Cornet trying to get in there. Lofted in towards Brereton Diaz from Sheffield United. Nod down. Doesn't really go anywhere. It's back to Brereton Diaz in the corner quadrant on the left-hand side. Sousa with a nice turn. Plays it into Harmer. That's a nice through ball for... I tell you what, Coufal gets his arm up there. Lovely bit of forearmage. You love to see it. It was a good through ball from Sousa. Nice turn into the path of Harmer, who is a nice through ball to Brereton Diaz, who makes a nice run. It's just a little bit too far ahead of him, but Coufal needlessly, just a little bit of a shove there. Sheffield United, when conceding first, matches 16, 1, 0, drawn 2, lost 14. Alvarez is not playing. Edson is not on the pitch, Luis. Sad times. I want him back. We need him back. I want all elbows. That's my personal. I want it to be like AJ Styles in his prime, just all elbows, phenomenal elbows, just power, forearms, just for days, bang. I want him in there, you know. Want to let him know. Oh, Ward-Prowse almost managed to get in there. He wanted a free kick. Referee said no. Almost managed to get in. We've done all right with the pressing as well today. Kozumi did well there to win the ball. No free kick, apparently. I felt like that was probably a free kick. Don't know how it isn't. But Sheffield United come forward. Trusty out wide to the left-hand side to Brereton Diaz again in that corner quadrant, looking to try and get the cross in or cut in. Lays it back to Brooks instead. They then work it across. Bogle looks to chip it in, and it's easily over the top of everyone. Ariola collects it. Mavropanos again, just giving a bit of, giving it a bit of, just a bit shoulder-to-shoulder action. Just shoulder-to-shoulder action. It's working. It's working. That's a nice crossfield pass from Pablo Fornals. Really nice. Good first time touch from Cornet. Emerson just couldn't quite get there in his stride. Putting Cornet over that side blunts Emerson a little bit, but it's his good chance from Sheffield United. He goes down in the area. That's no pen. No pen. He went down. He wanted that one. He went down in the area. I think it was either SUWHU or Mavropanos. I'm not sure which one it is, but either one of them, they wanted it desperately, and it just doesn't. There was no. The fact that reaction from the crowd was pen, and then it didn't happen was just sort of like an order. Like, yeah, okay, we accept that one wasn't a penalty. SUWHU looking for the 1-2 with Pablo Fornals. Can't quite find the pass under pressure there. Lots of people on him. Again, not playing a back pass when you're going for those sort of passes. I'm not against it. It's not worked out again, but I'm not against it. I'm interested to see, I was just saying, how the Cornet-Emerson partnership, how that works out. Because to me, it would sort of blunt Emerson a little bit because Cornet's sort of doing the job that Emerson is doing. But we'll see how that works out over time. As long as one of them doing it, I guess it doesn't really make too much of a difference as long as we're not abdicating defensive duties, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Let's all just make Geo the center of a absolute crap storm, shall we? That seems like a vibe. Yeah, the spinning. That's what I want. I want to see a spinning one, you know? Sheffield United in the box. Little step over. The cross was good, but there was literally not a single person in there. Not a single person in there. I want like a spin. I want SUWHU to bust out a little spin on it, you know? It was a nice pass into Usula, who takes a step over, and he's Mavropanos he's in a good position, to be fair, and he forces him to cross into the sort of the only place it is the corridor of uncertainty. But there's not a single Sheffield United player remotely close. Remotely close. Right to West Ham, deep inside our territory on the right-hand side. SUWHU to Pablo Fornals, who again under some pressure is just having to hook it forward. Back to being awful at throwing, so you love to see it. I should. None of what Geo says ever represents the channel. It only represents him. I see people, for example, in the comments sometimes like saying, oh, you said one thing and then you said another, but saying Gonzo said one thing and then Geo said something else, for example. Geo represents Geo and Geo alone. Gonzo represents Gonzo and Gonzo alone. And I barely represent myself, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. I would never, worry too much about it. Fornals wins a free kick. Yellow card for Harmer in the process for the professional foul there. Pablo Fornals gets away from him nicely, starts charging forward, looks to try and come centrally and maybe play it in. He's just pulled back easy. It's as easy a yellow card as you're going to see, if we're being honest. good, Paul. It's good. I like it. I like it. James Ward-Prowse, take free kick. Arm goes up. Whipped in towards the back post. Souček's there. Not cleared away successfully by Sheffield United. Cornet. Parson finds Emerson. Tries to make the run. Emerson instead plays it in. Jarrod Bowen's there. Pull back attempts. Thomas Souček was there. It was a good stop. Fornals. No, Ings. Oh, man. Oh. Close to 2-0. Those sort of moments of chaos are really paying off for us. Bogle getting in there and getting the block at some point. Those moments of confusion are really paying off for us. There's a lot going on. Back to SHUWHU is going to take the long throw. Close. Very close. Bounced around the box a couple of times. Nice pullback from Jarrod Bowen to Thomas Souček. They got the block in and it bounces around. There's a hit in there. It's... long throw almost paid off there. I've never seen it pay off for us, but it almost did. And it's going to be a corner. So at some point, it's sort of come on, but it is going to be an in-swinger from James Ward-Prowse. Means we know exactly where it'll be. We know exactly where it'll be. I'm thinking about that being the start of the channel again. I do. It's a false start every single time, but I'm thinking about it. A top mark. I probably will be doing a watch along for the Royal Rumble. We'll have to see. But I probably will be doing it. A top mark if you're into wrestling. Goals conceded from corners this season. Sheffield United, 7. The most. But we are going to put it into the exact same position, so it doesn't make a difference. Whipped in. Ings! Oh, Jarrod Bowen. I thought it was Ings. Jarrod Bowen at the back post. We didn't put it into the exact normal position we usually do. It was whipped in towards much deeper into the box, and Jarrod Bowen... sort of, it was whipped in similar position to the Mavropanos goal, where it's whipped into that sort of just around the sort of penalty spot, slightly ahead of it, in between that and the 6-yard box. And Jarrod Bowen, I mean, it landed at his feet and he just couldn't convert it. Close. I thought it was Danny Ings. Probably says bad things about Jarrod's hairline. Although, you know. Pablo Fornals going for a scissor kick clearance. It doesn't pay off, but you gotta respect the effort. Cornet loses out on the ball stupidly. James Ward-Prowse battles for it. He gives away a free kick. I thought it was clean. He's gonna get a yellow card for it. I thought it was clean. I thought it was well done, but Maxwell Cornet losing out on the ball, maybe a little bit lackadaisically there. Probably shouldn't have done it. Just some weird touches and Bogle gets in, and I thought that was clean. Bogle gets the ball, he charges forward. Him and... I don't know. Maybe it was a yellow. I don't know. If I don't know, I just defer to the ref on that. It's a yellow card for James Ward-Prowse. Free kick to Sheffield United. About 35 yards away from goal, something like that. It's quite far. It's not shooting range. It's definitely going to be a cross. It's quite central though, so maybe it'll be one of those ones where they lay it out slightly, but McAtee and Harmer are standing over it. It's going to be a sort of cross vibe. Harmer's the one who plays it in. Headed away from Souček easily enough, although having said that, Sheffield United have the ball. Fornals and SHUWHU trying to stop it from getting the cross in, and the block comes in. I think it's going to be a corner. He has not. No, he hasn't, Val. He's not really had too many opportunities, but no. He hasn't. It's going to be a long throw instead of a corner. Robinson's going to be the one to take it. Firing it in from basically the corner flag. His long throws are better than SHUWHU's. It doesn't come to anything again, but his long throws are better than SHUWHU's. Fornals hooks it away. Danny Ings again charging in, getting a touch on it. I think Danny Ings is doing okay today, I'll be honest with you. I think he's doing all right. Not at all. Oh, this is a really good opportunity for Sheffield United. Save from Areola. Banter Diaz on the follow-up. Puts it in. It's 1-1. It's just... Apparently this is his debut. I didn't know it was his debut, but Banter Diaz gets the goal. 1-1 is the scoreline. Ball gets played in. Initial shot gets saved from Areola. Good reaction, but Brereton Diaz on the follow-up smashes it home. And it's 1-1. McAtee pings the ball across to Trusty, who headers it back across. He is onside. Nodded across, save from Areola, but Brereton Diaz snatches the follow-up and smashes it home. James Ward-Prowse sticks out a foot, can't get there before Brereton Diaz gets his first touch, and then before anyone else can get there, Emerson's close, Zuma's diving in, Souček is just behind him. It's 1-1. Annoying. Very, very, very annoying. You feel like he maybe could have got there first. I don't want to... I don't want to put it too much on him, but you feel like he maybe could have got there first. It's a shame. It's a massive, massive shame. But it is Sheffield United 1, West Ham United 1. Not 10, Charlie, calm down. His first start for Sheffield United, I think, is what the commentators now just said, which before he said it was his debut, so... You know what I mean? Goes down, Souček, no free kick. You love to see it. SUFAU, aimless hook forward. Jarrod Bowen almost manages to make something of it, but 2 minutes of added time. Mavropanos loses out on that one. Zuma thankfully clears it. Again, just aimless. These aimless pumps towards Ings and Jarrod Bowen aren't necessarily the one, and Brooks is going to come forward with it. Well defended, though, by Danny Ings. Stops that one from coming forward. Good work rate. And then a poor pass from Sousa finds Cornet. Take on your man. It's a couple of step overs. Too slow. Falls over. That's crap from Maxwell Cornet. That's really crap. He had a really good opportunity to take on his man. Takes a couple of step overs to try and slow it down. And then just literally falls over. Danny Ings trying to get involved. Can't make it work. Sheffield United looking to try and pass. Press a little bit. Go on, guys. I know it's been 45 minutes and it's the end of the half and it's the most tired you'll be in this half, but press a little bit. Come on. We have wasted opportunities, Arto. I agree with you. Played forward. Mavropanos not fouling Asula, who's looking for a shot. It deflects up off someone and they've won a corner from nothing. They've won a corner off nothing. Maybe could have got that one away from him, but didn't. It's going to be a corner to Sheffield United from the right-hand side. Sheffield United have gained the 4th lowest points from losing positions this season with 2. The only ones less are Newcastle with 1, Everton on 1, and Burnley who haven't gained any. That's both draws, by the way. Every other... From the 16 games they've gone behind, they've lost 14 of them and drawn twice. It's going to be a corner to Sheffield United. Outswinger, Harmer to take it from the right-hand side. It's going to be the last thing, probably the half. Areola collects it, and there is the halftime whistle. 1-1. 1-1. Don't know. Yeah. Started the brighter of the two teams. I think we've set up correctly in terms of the people we just have available, I guess, without dipping into the youth. I think we've set it up correctly, a sort of counter-attacking 4-4-2. I would maybe be tempted to switch Cornet and Fornals back a little bit. I would maybe be tempted to switch them back a little bit, although we got the goal from Cornet being on the left-hand side. I think 1-1 is fair. I think we've wasted some really, really good opportunities. I think out of the two teams, we'll be more annoyed. I think we've definitely wasted some very good opportunities, whereas Sheffield United have struggled to create them. Having said all that, I don't know. It's not a great performance from either side, to be honest with you. And I'm intrigued to see what happens in the second half, because I really do think it could go either way. I think if I was to put money on it, I would say that we're more likely to score just because we've created the better opportunities, but we're not converting them, and I'm not super confident we're going to convert many. I think that Sheffield United are struggling to convert, and I think they'll probably struggling to create, and I think they'll probably continue to struggle to create. They've had a lot of shots, but they've all been from range directly down the throat of Areola. There's really nothing to be too concerned of about that in that sense. So yeah, not happy, not fuming, just sort of somewhere in the middle. Gio, I don't know. How about you?
How am I feeling, or what I'm?
Yeah.
So there's more goals in this game, isn't there? I think both teams.
Yeah.
Mistakes. We're both creating chances for the opposition here. I think if we can.
Yeah.
I feel confident that if you press the Sheffield United defence continuously in the second half, you will get 2 or 3 real, and it's a big opportunity. It's not like you're getting it on the half; you're getting it facing the like. There's one last line of players to get through, then you're in on their goal. So we will get chances. I'm getting nervous with their long throws and their crosses. Actually,
I am as well.
It's almost like law of averages, even if you just go with that, because Zuma and Suta have been really well winning the majority of them. But for their goal they scored, Bowen, Kone, Fornals, and Ings all came rushing out. It was a long throw. Ward-Prowse headed it. The 4 of them come rushing out, and then the ball just went back in. Suddenly we're 4 defenders down, and Emerson's come out as well. We're all just really disorganised and disjointed. So it's a really scrappy affair. I think I feel happy with the players' efforts. I think they're trying hard. I think they realise we're missing arguably our 3 most important players, bar Jared Bowen, and I think they're stepping up as a result. It's just the lack of quality between them at times is not concerning. If anything, I've actually been impressed by the performances of some players, such as Fornals and Ings. I think they're doing well, but it's still not the level of Kudus and Paqueta, and that's the problem. There's still a big drop off to what we usually see. But for them, from what we've seen from them individually recently, it's an improvement. But they still need to go more. We still need to see more from them. Curry, really good goal, but got James Ward-Prowse booked from first of all a lack of control, and then just standing still after you've controlled it. Bogle nipped in and took it away, and that's where just not up to the pace of the Premier League, which is no excuse for someone that's been in the Premier League for the last 3 seasons. But yeah, I'm okay at halftime. I think a draw at halftime is a fair result, Charlie.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the second half it could literally go either way. I feel like if you told me we create the better opportunities, we can't convert any of them, they get 1 and they score, I would believe you. If you told me it'd be the exact opposite way, where they create opportunities and they just can't finish any of them, they're all shots from range, whatever it is, and we get a lucky 1 shot, I'd believe you. If you told me there was 2 goals, I believe you. I don't feel confident either way with how this one's going to go, which I should be. I think we set up correctly with the 11 players on the pitch. I like the idea of the sort of counter-attacking 4-4-2 that we had going on. It's got more disjointed as the half's gone on and sort of got a bit lost, but I think, like you say, I think Danny Ings is doing well. I think it's so obvious in games like this when you do play him with someone else in that position why it works when he's got someone else in that position. He's able to drop off and he's able to get involved and he's able to do all the stuff he does usually with one person, but there's also just someone else in that position and he's able to play off people. That makes perfect sense to me. I think Fornals, for you, what you said, I agree. I like what he's trying to do, although it's not always coming off. He's hitting a lot of these through balls and stuff, and if all of these through balls, a lot of the time I'm thinking, if that goes off, if that happens, we're through here. It's a really good opportunity, but just they're not playing off. And I would rather have him trying those things than take him off and having no one doing those things, because then we've got not very much going. Then we are just going to be booting it long. Basically, that's where we're going to be at. If you take him off and you don't have that guy dropping deep and trying to pull off those passes, then the result is, okay, well, how do you get forward? Well, because Souček's not a great forward passer. We've seen that in this game, we've seen Souček's not a great passer, let alone a good forward passer. You've seen, we know James Ward-Prowse is not a great forward passer. Cornet's not a great forward passer. Jared Bowen's playing up front, but even then, that's not really his vibe. Danny Ings, what are we asking? We're not expecting him to drop into the 6th position and start dictating play. So at that point, what's happening?
He's probably been our better player for linking up the play in the.
I agree with you, but you see what I'm saying. At that point, what happens is it's just punting it wrong.
Tackling Susan and flicking it around the defender.
Yeah.
Skills.
100%. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I understand like people are unhappy with Fornals. I disagree with their assessment on Fornals. But what I would say is when you take him off, there's no one to come on for him that will make the passing work. No one.
They don't even have any. I guess Marshall would be the most suited to come on for him, isn't he?
And he's essentially a forward playing on the wing.
Yeah, but we've got a forward playing in number 10, so.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying
the thing is, though, I feel like there's an obvious change there to take Fornals off, and that's to move Bowen back out onto the side. And then you've got a vacancy up front, and you've got 2 young strikers on the bench.
It's still going to force it to go long, though.
Yeah, but it's working. Against the Sheffield United defense, it's working. They're giving us opportunities through poor defending.
I don't disagree with that, but what I mean is it's not gonna go long in a creative way. It's gonna go long from Zuma punting it. Like basically, our only creative outlet deep then will be Mavropanos. That will be the person who's the forward passer. Out of everyone else, the forward passer in our team will be Mavropanos, and that's not really a vibe for me. But I don't necessarily disagree with you. Anyway, I'm going to go pee, but I'll be back in a second. But I don't necessarily disagree.
Right, let's see what you're all saying. Just get your thoughts into the live chat. Chippy says this looks like two mediocre championship sides struggling with the lack of ability. It's very scrappy. It's a very ugly game. Talis says, good to see Kane get a goal. Ings are playing well, but the passing is crap. Very worried about the second. I'm a bit concerned as well. I think we'll score. I think we'll concede. And I'm not sure 2 goals is all we're going to see. What I'm saying is I think someone's nicking this. I'm just struggling to decide which one. But I am quite confident that if we were to nick this game, a Sheffield United defensive error is going to be a contributing factor to us getting a winner. Mancini said we need Bowen picking the ball up deeper so he can affect the game. He's pointless without Paqueta. I could agree. I'd like to see him move back out onto the side. We've got 2 young strikers on the bench. Danny Ings is playing well deeper, so leave Ings where he is. Do not move Ings further up. Leave him where he is. Put a young lad on there with Ings behind him, helping him. Zuma on the right. Play Kane on the left. Ian says Ings should have done better that one chance he got. I don't know. I'm assuming you're talking about Souček flick on and when Fothering came out. It's very high. I think it was tough. I think Ings did well just get anything on it. And the second one was blocked by a defender and led to Kane's goal. Unless there's another opportunity I'm missing. That's the 2 I'm thinking of. Wasim, I completely agree. Our midfield's non-existent, but centre end. A neutral must be enjoying this. This game's so scrappy. It must be nice to watch. It's just shot. Mr. Pickle said 3rd game Souček's been awful. Emerson in the middle, Johnson on the left. Lack of quality for both teams is evident, but we should have taken advantage of the poor passing from Sheffield's defensive midfield. Honestly, we keep pressing this team, we'll get opportunities. Ria says crap passing from same guy every time in Pablo Fornals. Fraser says whilst we're being poor, their attack doesn't overly concern me. I think Ings could be our next goal scorer though. Paul said Fornals must stay on, get Souček off. Ings is playing okay. Karthik would like to see Johnson and Marshall on for Zuma and Souček. I don't know. Hammer99 says get Zuma off for Bona. He's having a shocker and cannot do it on the left. The left. I think he means the left because I get what you're trying to say. I think he means the left. He's playing on the left, so I think that's what he meant. Elk says low block is working well again. Michael said this game is a bird. It's the 1:55 a.m. left on the dance floor option, paper bag option. Sam says it's not about the passing, it's about the fact we have no one in centre midfield that can run and progress with the ball forward to get the attacks going. I agree with that. I think we're missing people running full stop. I agree with Mancini. Bowen's too far forward in this game. He's looking dangerous when the ball gets there, but it's few and far between. I'd like to see him drop back, pick the ball up and start running at Trusty. Lowen says Kane's been poor apart from his goal. Bill says he did do well, Ings, but he was a bit slow to react to it. He didn't gamble on Souček winning the flick on. To be fair, I think the throw caught everyone by surprise, bar Souček. Everybody was stood around waiting for the throw to come. Jeff said he's pleased. The intent looks good. I think this particular group of players aren't match sharp and haven't really played with each other before. If it clicks, we win easily. It should be 3-1 up. Navidas says, who do we bring on as Souček off Orford or Scars? Well, it should be Orford. Don't think he will, though. He won't take Souček off. I know we all know this, but what I will say is Souček's winning every header in the middle of the pitch. He's won quite a lot, and with their long throws, there is no chance Moyes is taking Souček off. And I actually get it. I know this isn't popular, but I get it. I think if we were to take Souček off for Orford, say, those long throws become even more. They're already worrying me without lessening the height of the team. We're going to be bombarded with crosses and long throws. Souček's winning them. And I'm not saying I want us to set up to defend long throws from Sheffield United, but the reality is they are dangerous. They've got a lot of them. They will have a lot of them in the second half. And Souček is winning his fair share of headers. I don't know the statistics. I've not looked them up. But that's why he's there. Riaz says Souček does a job. Fornals does nothing. Nah says Souček let him run through and go. Trinity says Ward-Prowse without free kicks and corners is a passenger. We cannot afford to carry anyone. Souček at least wins headers. James Ward-Prowse offers nothing. Spencer is a way to go and paint a wall, so it'll be more entertaining. John thinks Zuma is looking worse every game. A lot of people criticising Kurt Zuma today, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't. And Charles says Souček's been rubbish, but he's also our most likely goal scorer. I think Ings is our most likely goal scorer, to be honest with you. I was, when I was coming up the stairs, coming on, I wasn't really expecting to discuss Zuma, but while people have been saying he's been playing poor, I don't really have like a comeback again. I like Souček. He's winning a lot in the area, but he's giving away a needless free kick and got tackled on the halfway line and sat there waving his arm around at one point. So I'm trying to defend Zuma, but I can't. Brent saying play a turnover king to protect against low percentage long throws. I'm not saying I would do this, Brent. I'm not saying that's what I would do. I'm saying there's no chance Moyes is going to substitute check because of the defending the headers. I think it's effective. I think Souček would be okay today if Ward-Prowse is better at passing the ball forward or dribbling from midfield. I think Souček's would almost be acceptable to some extent, but because neither of them are doing anything, and that's the problem. What my counter to Souček is, listen, I'm not saying Souček's having a good game. I'm not Souček's biggest fan. I realise I defend him a lot, but what's the positive for Souček? At least there is some. What's with Ward-Prowse? Well, there isn't any. As the previous poster said, you take away his set pieces, what's he contributed today? He's not done. Ward-Prowse has not done anything today. I think at least Souček is actually contributing something to the game. If we were to take him off and concede from a long throw, I would be the first one to come on here and say, well, that was stupid, because let me just check. I mean, this could expose me, right? I'm going to go check the statistics here. So this could expose me badly in terms of Souček's aerial dominance.
Well,
there you go.
While you do that, by the way, just to back you up, Ollie McBurney's coming on.
Oh, well, I've just seen West Ham have won 12 headers. Souček has won 4 of them. Pablo Fornals has won 3. No, I did not expect that, right? But Souček's won more headers than anybody else on the pitch in the first half.
Yeah, and with Ollie McBurney coming on, seeing him stay on makes perfect sense in that sense.
Here we go. All right, I'm way to put a $5 on Jack Robinson assist, because I can see what's coming. A $5 on McBurney goal is not going to go far, but a $5 on Jack Robinson to get an assist is probably half decent odds. But there's goals in both teams in the second half, and I said, Charlie, when you went away, I don't think it's finishing 2-2. I think someone's nicking this. Anyway,
I agree. We'll have to see.
I am nervous.
We'll have to see him. Gio, see you at full time.
Cheers, thank you.
Gio, of course, will be back. If you want more actual knowledge of football, not my nonsense, then come back at full time, because Gio will be here doing a full live match review straight after the game. However, between now and then, we have 45 minutes of football to go. Come on, you irons. Deploy the boys. It's time to run 2 things. 1-1 is the score at half-time. Ollie McBurney makes his way onto the pitch for Osula for Sheffield United. It's going to be a big second half. It's going to be a big second half. And I genuinely, as I said before I left, I'm genuinely not sure which way this is going to go. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe, like the video, because it helps us out a huge amount. I mean, we are flying with the likes. We are at 609 right now, which is one of the most liked watch-alongs we've done this season, if not ever. So if you're new around here, like the video. It helps out massively. There's over 1,000 people here right now. So, you know, why not? Let's go wild. Yeah, and subscribe because we do lots of videos, including watch-alongs for every game. It's going to be Sheffield United with a throw on that left-hand side. We're going to see the... it's very windy. It's very... was that the ball just rolling naturally? I don't know. But here comes... it's going to be a short one this time. Fornals just hooks it away into the path of Danny Ings. Back to Bogle. No, that's a very nice turn. Brooks with a really nice turn. McBurney's first touch isn't what he wants it to be, and West Ham get the opportunity to play it out of the back. Danny Ings is the one who takes it and wins the throw, and we take it. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting second half. I genuinely don't know which way this is going to go. I said 2-1 originally to West Ham, and I'll stick by it, but I genuinely don't know which way this is going to go. We launch our long throw forward from Vladimir SHUWHU, and it goes all the way to a goal kick. He hates it. We hope so. Yeah. Yep. Scary times. Scary times. Mavropanos lays it into the path of Pablo Fornals. Nice flick outside to the right. SHUWHU looks to dink it in. Jared Bowen somehow manages to get his head onto the ball there until a flick on it. Ends up going out for a throw-in. Deeper than we'd want it to be from Vlad SHUWHU, but a throw-in nevertheless. Pablo Fornals has maintained his side on the right with Cornet on the left in this second half. Where they ended the half flipped on opposite sides, they've maintained it. In the beginning of the second, it is going to be a long throw from SHUWHU, who almost angrily told people to get forward there, who came short. Looking for Souček, the header on is there. The cameraman was the direction there was awful, but James Ward-Prowse converts back across. Sorry, I should have said converts possession, not as a goal. I should say that. But yeah. I'm driving across Texas for a few hours, listening to the game. Well, Steve, I hope your drive treats you well, my bro. Driving across America is not an ideal situation for me. I look at it and I see like my mate Lucas, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I just drove there," and I was like, "How long did you drive?" "Oh, like 10 hours." I'm like, "What is going on here, bro?" I can't be dealing with that. So thank you for joining. Hope your drive goes well. Well. Yeah, it's frustrating. We're not, but like the way I look at it is like we've got so many players missing that I'm just sort of like I'm okay with dealing with stuff as it comes, taking these one hit at a time. If this was our first full choice 11 and I was worried about which way this half was going to go, I would be a lot more frustrated than I am today. You know, when I look at the side with. Pardon me again, flipping it with Danny Ings, Cornet, Fornals, you know, that kind of vibe in it. Harmer takes Cornet. Bogle tries to twine up Zuma and loses. Danny Ings looking to ping it over the top for Jared Bowen. He's approaching it, but it's slightly too far ahead, straight into the hands of Fotheringham. Nice idea, but yeah. Danny Ings is... You know when I said Danny Ings dropping deep into six, dictating play? We're there, ladies and gentlemen. We are there. It's kind of insane to think about, but there we go. What can you do? What are you looking for? Emerson. Short to Cornet. Emerson, poor pass. Poor pass behind James Ward-Prowse, and Sheffield United regain possession sloppily. Whipped in from McAtee. Oh my Jesus Christ. The ball in wasn't even particularly great. It was in a good position, but it was kind of a lackluster cross. It was and Zuma just, I don't know what Zuma was even trying to do there. Thankfully, it's ahead of everyone and Areola can collect it, but flipping heck, that was poor. That was poor. McAtee again on the ball, wanders into the area, forced back from Kurt Zuma. Ben Brereton Diaz looks to hit a shot or a cross. I don't know which one it is, but it deflects off SUFOWHU, and it's going to be a corner. Corner to Sheffield United. Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with you. Don't get me wrong. I do agree with you. I just sort of like deal with it, but 100%. Harmer takes it. I think the ball was rolling, but, you know, we move. Who really cares? Whipped in from the deep corner. Quick short corner routine. Laid it short. Works their way slightly deeper. Whipped in quickly before West Ham can really find... I mean, Danny Ings didn't even know the ball had been taken there. There was a few players like that. And then a header from whoever it was goes safely over. I don't think they're more... I wouldn't say they're mauling us badly. I wouldn't go that far. They've definitely been the better side in the second half and have been on top. That's as clear and easy to say as everyone else. But I wouldn't say mauling us. I think that's further than I would put it. I would say. Mavropanos looking. You know, I said Mavropanos was going to be the only guy who could pass forward. Mavropanos wandered in midfield and tried to hit a through ball. Doesn't play off. No one even close. It's well over hit. But again, we're there. We are there. Good block from Maxwell Cornet. It's going to be a throw in to Sheffield United on the right-hand side. Very, very deep in their own half. And they go backwards from Bogle. Jarabone begins to press. We need to get back into this pressing. When we were doing it earlier, it was really working for us. Step forward. Fornals tries to step forward, but just gets dribbled past by Ahmed Hozi. Anil. I think that's his first name. It's like Anel or something, I think. First call for a bell. Wow, listen, if the people go for it, the people go for it. Zuma on the ball, looking awkward, ends up punting it long. This is what I mean. I don't like these. I don't like these long punts. By the way, Paul, you're trolling, right? And I'm leaving you there because I'm finding them quite funny. Like, they're not very good trolls. Like, they're not some like top tier trolls, but they're just on that level of like so bad they're good. So I'm leaving it. But just so you know, if trouble begins being caused, I'll have to cut down on it, Paul. But for now, you're good, bro. You're good. Roll through the bench, of course, my trustworthy friend. Where is it? Fabianski, Ogbonna, Casey, Johnson, Cresswell, Scarles, Orford, Mubama, and Marshall on the bench. That is the bench. So, a lot of youth players. The only ones who are really going to get any game time, Johnson, and maybe one of Mubama or Marshall. Maybe one of Mubama or Marshall. McBurney. Brooks slips over. Fornals makes the most of it. Brooks. So yeah, no need to apologise, Paul. I'm just letting you know if it began to be a problem, then I would stop it. But I was saying crossing deflects it straight into the hands of Areola. There's a handball. What? There's a handball and a free kick in a very good position for Sheffield United somehow. Charlie Bell, there's been enough calls for Bell as well. I'll put the poll in chat. What? Apparently there was a handball there. Apparently there was a handball. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I didn't see it hit the hand, but I'm probably just wrong. But I didn't see it. There is a poll in chat right now. We'll give it until 57 for Bell purposes, and it's a really good position for a free kick as well, if I'm being honest. So it's kind of really incredibly annoying that it's happened. It's sort of where they had that free kick previously that Harmer ended up hitting the ball with, slightly further back diagonally from that. So you're talking about 20-ish yards out, maybe a bit more. Diagonally, bit too diagonally, potentially. I will say I reserve the right to not eat the bells if they're out of date. Played in quickly, headed back across the bar. McBurney deflects up and over a bar, so safely over the bar for the follow up from a very, very awkward. Taken very, very quickly. McBurney at the far post headers it back across goal, bounces off Mavropanos. It comes back to McBurney, who's practically on the touchline just outside the 6-yard box. Thankfully, it goes over. Commentator saying he expects he's shocked that McBurney was left free. Bro, allow me to introduce you to zonal marking and how if the player is not near, the player is not near. The counter-attacking 4-4-2 isn't working in this second half. I feel like we need to change it at this point. I've tried to sort of... I don't know. I just don't know what we do with that bench. Oh, that's a really good ball for Brereton Diaz again, who's through. I think he's onside this time. Brereton Diaz fluffs his lines massively. One-on-one with Areola, pulls it significantly wide. A huge opportunity for the Yorkshire Chilean, or Midlands. Great run, great timing, diagonally across SHUWHU, who's completely left in no man's land, doesn't know how to deal with it at all. And he goes flying through onside and he gets one-on-one with Areola and completely mishits it. Areola makes himself big, to be fair. He does well, but that was really bad from Brereton Diaz. Really, really bad. Just lucky. Lucky is the way to put it. We are very lucky that's not ended up in the back of the net, because that is an awful miss. Yeah, I'm looking at that bench and I don't really know what we can do. Because the tactic, the formation isn't really working for me right now. And we're reverting too much to punting it long. And I think they're so on top of us that we need to figure out a way out of that. I would be tempted for... I'd be tempted by a 3 at the back to sort of maintain and then play it out differently. I'd be tempted about bringing Orford on for potentially Danny Ings. Maybe Orford for Danny Ings and then Mubama for Cornet is what I would do, I think. Is probably what I would try to do in a sort of 4-3-3 in the sort of usual way we do it. I don't know who becomes the one who sits in that 3, but one of them does. It's a lot of pressure for them. Oh, Danny Ings nips away the ball nicely. He's got Cornet who's sprinting forward. Cornet bounces off someone. It comes back to Pablo Fornals, who's also there. Cornet is slightly in the way on the floor. We maintain possession inside the box. Emerson is played just out, slowly moving back. Emerson loses out the ball. He's playing badly today. Yeah, I think that's the way I would do it. I would bring on Orford to make it a 3. I don't know who becomes the deeper one. I don't really know if that's Orford's game, if I'm being honest. But we deal with it. I guess Thomas Souček becomes the guy who sits in that role, which isn't great, but whatever. You take off Danny Ings in that sense, and then you bring on. I would bring on Mubama for Cornet. and go Fornals on the left, Bowen on the right, and Mubama down the middle. That's what I would do. I know that's not going to be popular with people, but that's what I would do. Flick forward to Bogle. Out wide to Brooks. Block from Mavropanos. Having Fornals playing on the left in that sort of Paquetá role, that gives Jared Bowen more space on the right-hand side. Cornet, offside! We're there, ladies and gentlemen. You know it's going poorly because Maxwell Cornet is offside. Where is it? Where is it? Where have I saved it? There we go. Maxwell Cornet. Boom! You love to see it. You love to see it. Look and see the channel. You think Marshall for Ings? Yeah. I don't know. Ings. The thing is, Ings is playing well today, but the formation isn't working. But Ings is doing well. But the second you change the formation, you're isolating Ings again if you keep him on. So he kind of has to come off by default. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be a throw into Sheffield United deep on the right-hand side. In their own half. So close to their goal that Fotheringham's offering himself as an option. Going to be thrown to us. We win off it. What does DeVito think? It's a great question, Alex. Let's have a look. Danny, what are we saying? Danny, he's not being useful. He's saying, was that Ben Johnson coming off? Because that's what he was saying, Ben Johnson. But he was saying Ben Johnson for Emerson. Danny's moving wild. Look at him. Those are the kind of crazy eyes who would take off Emerson for Johnson. But Johnson, was that Johnson who was going back in? I think that's what it looked like. He doesn't look impressed. Like Shania Twain before him. That don't impress him much. Look at that. Ward-Prowse. West Ham passing it around at the moment. A spell of possession. No real options to actually go forward with it. Everyone's sort of congregating on the right wing in such a close proximity that there was just no options and it was quite easy to mark. Big throw forward. Down. Where's Antonio? He's still injured. Still injured. God knows why. He slipped. Apparently he was back in training and then he slipped and got injured again. So who knows? He's just done. This one's going to be a long throw. SHUWHU to take it. I was about to do the sort of like, you know, when you come on the pitch, you know, one of them, you know, don't know why. Deflects to Pablo Fornals. Nope. Nope. Like Ronaldinho, you know. The bell pole. I just saw someone say the word bell. Bell. The bell pole. It's been about 10 minutes. It's 73%, 26%. No, I completely forgot about that. Thank you, Rob. Jared Bowen trying to weave his way in from the right-hand side, take a shot. It's just so many people in his way. The second this goes out of play, I'm off to grab the bells. My lord. My lord. Sorry, apologies. Nipped in from someone. Souček, and there it is. Right, I've got to go grab it. Hang on. Silly of me. This is my... It's even better news. They're in date. We've got some in date, baby, but you love an in date bell, ladies and gentlemen. February. Was it March? It was March, I think. Third month is what I'm going to go with. My stupid hair. Right, there we go. Oh, Sheffield United go down in the box. And it was a foul against Thomas. It was a foul for Thomas Souček. Brereton Diaz still stays down. So it's going to be a free kick to us in the box. Brereton Diaz takes on his man. Nice little 1-2. And then falls over. And it's to be honest with you, I don't even think it's a foul on Thomas Souček, but you know, still, we move. The silent snack, ladies and gentlemen. In it comes. Has the Johnson sub happened yet? Archer's apparently about to come on for Sheffield United as well. Let's see the defence. I don't think Johnson has come on. Although I'll be honest with you, SHUWHU's been getting mugged off, so. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Brereton Diaz coming off for Archer. Prem debut. First start for Sheffield United gets the goal. Archer comes on. Played against us earlier in the season. Worries me a little bit. I brought him up before the game. Worries me a little bit. He's sort of nippy. I'll describe him as. I don't know. We'll see. Bit concerning, but Brereton Diaz was, yeah, I agree with you, Onyx. He was on it. He was doing up a madness on SHUWHU, so I'm sort of okay with him coming off because he was one of the big threats. Well taken past. Don't know who that was. I think it was Danny Ings, maybe. Just completely dribbled past. Jared Bowen. Link up play with Thomas Souček is nice. Gets the ball forward. Goes down. Would have preferred him to play the ball to Emerson, but he's going to be a free kick regardless. Just remembered there was a guy in chat earlier who bet a grant. 1k. 1k something on West Ham winning. Can we all give our thoughts and prayers to that guy? Because, my God. Can Memorial player suspended? He's suspended. DJ Hez, he's suspended. Due to his straight redness in all domestic competitions, isn't it? So, there we go. Johnson coming on for Cornet. Johnson coming on for Cornet. So, 3 at the back then. Okay, yeah, so it's the other thing I said. All right, fair. Okay. Pardon me, Emerson wins a free kick. Do you know what? If you go 3 at the back and then you take Cornet off, you go 3 at the back, you have the double pivot, that sort of solves the problem of them being the players who have to do it. Johnson would then have to play left centre-back, though. But then you have the wide players being Emerson and SHUWHU, so you sort of have that covered, although it's not great with SHUWHU, but it's something. And then you put Pablo Fornals in behind. As long as it's a 2 and not a 3, it'll probably be a 3, though. James Ward-Prowse whips in the corner. Sorry, not from deep. Corner, free kick from deep, even. Mavropanos' head goes significantly over. I know, I want to, usual. I want to. There's a joke there about it giving me flashbacks or something, but I want to. I love a hot cross bun. I haven't got involved in any Easter-based nonsense just yet. Although I did have a chocolate shortbread the other day, which was nice. Not Easter. It was in the shape of a tractor, but it was nice. Johnson is coming on for Cornet. Well, yeah. We'll see. Is the nicest thing I'll say about this. This is something. This isn't something sort of trained or planned clearly because Pablo Fornals was looking at him and asking him what to do. Ben Johnson is he in midfield? I think Ben Johnson might be in midfield. I think it's a midfield 3 with Ben Johnson potentially. I don't know yet. We'll have to see how this has happened, but Pablo Fornals steaming in, trying to get in there. Ben Johnson as well. I'm not against Ben Johnson coming on. I think he's done well the last couple of games. I think he deserves it, but I don't. McAtee turns, looks to try and take a shot. Fluffs his lines, thankfully, very much. I think Johnson has come on in his centre midfield, given his positioning. McAtee there, turned just outside the area. We're unlucky not to get the ball there, but McAtee collects it. It's a nice turn. Goes to shot, sends... Zuma's in the way, sort of sends in for dinner, but the second shot comes in awfully. Right, let's see. Where is Ben Johnson? He's in midfield. It's a midfield free. And James will Prowse right now is the deepest, which I'm not happy about. Right, let's think this through. Johnson has come on in what seems to be midfield, right? Is he playing the Alvarez role, I guess? If he's playing the Alvarez role and flipping James Ward-Prowse is deeper than Souček, then we're lost. But he's definitely in midfield. He's 100% in midfield. 20 minutes to go. Bringing on Johnson in midfield ahead of Orford. Yeah, right, why not? Who cares? Sure. Vibes. It's just whatever, man. It's just whatever. Just whatever happens. You know what I mean? It's a vibe. It's definitely Chippy. You're 100% right. It's definitely a 4-3-3. Johnson has come on in midfield. That's for certain. Corner whips. Free kick gets whipped in from Sheffield United. Bounces up. Kurt Zouma gets some sort of head onto it. Johnson's there to collect it and hoof it clear. I like bringing Johnson on because Johnson deserves the go because the last couple of games he's played, he's been probably one of the better players on the pitch. So I think he deserves it more than anyone getting the game time. You could have asked me. I probably would have put that in my top 3-4 places, 5 places he would have played in. I would have maybe even made an argument of him playing like right wing before he would play centre mid. But there we are. Whipped across. SHUWHU. I think this would probably be my 5th choice position for him to come on. But whipped across. Pablo Fornals hooks it away. Jarrod Bowen does well to just nip a foot in there and then it's hoofed by Vladimir SHUWHU. Tom Souček does the same and we managed to keep the ball there. Nicely done. Ben Johnson. Is he going to turn into the world's best centre midfielder? Because that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. I'm liking his movement. I'm getting all excited because it doesn't make any sense. And at this point, why not? Danny Ings does well, turns, hits it from range. It was on target. It forced a save. It wasn't a great save, but he did something at least. It's been a difficult second half for Danny Ings. I thought he did well in the first, but he's been anonymous in the second because West Ham, frankly, have been anonymous in the second. And we've really struggled to get it into positions where he can even get a chance to touch the ball. And he's got one chance there. He's picked it up. He's turned his man. He's gained a bit of space. It's from range. The shot wasn't great, but it was a shot at least. That's forced a save. It wasn't an amazing save, but it was forcing a save. Nice turn from Ben Johnson. I'm saying it. He's like Ronaldinho in his prime. Look at him go. Go on, Ben. All the way, bruv. All the way. Whips it in with his weak foot. Look at that. Guys, I'm scared. Ben Johnson might be the best centre midfielder who's ever lived. It's happening. I don't even know how to... Johnsonino. He's here. Let's go. Archer picks up the ball, takes a shot from range, deflects off of Kurt Zouma. I'm losing my mind. Ben Johnson, let's go. Let's do something else crazy. What else is mad? Let me look at the bench. What else is truly... Let's bring on Marshall and put him at right back. Let's go crazy, man. Let's just... Come on. Benigno. Sheffield United passing the ball around with Bammer and goal. Yeah, why not? Do I think this is going to get us a goal? Nah, but vibes. This vibes it up, man. You know? Play forward. Emerson falls over. He's not been great today. Good ball into the box, but no one in the area. Easily headed away from Mavropanos. Danny Ings flicks it on to Jarrod Bowen. This is lovely. Oh, inspired by Benigno. Johnsonino. It's going to be a free kick. Come on. You're not wrong, Q. Q Tom, you're not wrong. You'd think so, right? I just did not see this coming. And to be fair, I'm very Moyes false 5. Mate, Johnson's playing a false 8 right now. I'm loving it. He's not even the 6. He's not even like sitting in this like deep sitting role. He's picking up the ball and turning people. Do you know what? Is it making me more confident with score? Maybe a little bit, but not really. But I'm just here for it. Moyes false manager is very good, Fred. He's very good. But I'm here for it. What an awful free kick that was. That was one of the worst free kicks I've seen in a while. Benaldo. Mr. Pete Hammers nailed it. It's Benaldo. That's what it is. He's here. Benaldo is here. Oh, yes. Oh. Dini. Ben Gonzo. Yeah, oh my god, I'm just... Call him up to the England squad. Get him in. Think of a midfield of him and Declan Rice. Unstoppable. Ben. Oh, what a time to be alive. Benel. I don't even know how you'd say it, but Benele is very good as well. It's very good as well. Ben Aldinho is probably the better way of putting it. Ben Rama, but also not that one. He's just Ben. Yeah, he's just Ben. He's just Ben, like the Brazilians. They like their one names. It's just Ben. He is Ben. Sounds like a perfume. I'm here for it. 1-1 draws at Sheffield, brought to you by Ben. You know? Benaldo Johnson, yeah, let's go real complicated with it. Ben Arthur is good. Benaldo for the win. Oh, I'm here for the just Ben. Uncle Ben's Rice. Imagine it. Bele. Sheffield United tried to work their way forward. Zuma cuts it out, lays it back. Bele. Bele's done me. Oh, he's on the ball. Look at him go. Look at him stride about the pitch. Confident as you like. 4-0's back to Ben Johnson. Bele there picks it up. 4-0's nice little pass into Danny Ings, who cuts his way. He does really well there. Danny Ings goes down in the area. It could be a pen. And the referee points to the spot. It's a penalty. It will go to VAR, but it's a penalty. Inspired by Bele himself. Harmer tackles, takes down, and Danny Ings does really, really well to win it as well. Picks up the ball, spins his man, charges forward. He's doing all right. I have just seen that ball spot Jack was talking about. He's done really well there. Inspired by Bele. Great turn. Nutmegs the guy on the way through, I think, and then is taken down by Harmer awkwardly. I don't think it's going to get pulled back by VAR either. It's an awkward, clumsy challenge by Gustavo Harmer, and it's going to be a penalty to West Ham. It wasn't a free, it wasn't a nutmeg on Robinson. Benistuta bent over. Johnson's changed it into Bellingham. Ben down. Benzini, the big BJ. Benadonna. Ben by Johnson. Yeah. It's gonna be a pen. Pen. James Ward-Prowse to take. Come on, James. Come on. Oh, Bele, come on. Give it Bele. Give it to Bele. Right. James Ward-Prowse to take the pen. Fotheringham in goal. James Ward-Prowse steps up and slots it home. 2-1 West Ham. James Ward-Prowse with the goal. Oh, inspired by Bele. Johnson at centre mid. James Ward-Prowse scores a penalty. It's a good finish. Solidly slots it home. Sends the keeper packing. 2-1. Danny Ings does brilliantly. Danny Ings deserves respect. He's done absolutely brilliantly to win that penalty. Fair play. 2-1. Bele man of the match. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Am I currently tweeting out the words Bele? Don't know what you're talking about. Sheffield United are going to make some subs after that. 2-1. Yes. Come on, man. I think Rhian Brewster was one of them. I didn't hear what the other one was. I'm so happy with that. Right. Okay. Right. 2-1. It's been a long old game of football. Right. Let's have a look at these subs. 2-1 is the score. 10 minutes left plus stoppage time. Rhian Brewster was one of the people who came on. They're going for it, Sheffield United. I don't know what the other sub was. I'm hoping it'll pop up because I was too busy tweeting about Bele. Whipped in over the top of everyone, headed away from Thomas Souček. Thank you, Mulch. Thank you to whoever WHU Vision is. I don't know who Norrington Davis and Brewster came on. I missed who they came off for. Oh, I don't really care. Who cares? Life goes on. Thomas Souček went down there. I missed it. Was it Barrett? Was it bad, Inex? I actually missed it. What about how about we go even further digital? How about we go with like Benedine Biban? Let's go real far with it. All the Zeds get replaced. Thomas Souček goes down again. McAtee on Thomas Souček that time. He goes down again holding it. Ben Bell magic. The bell called Ben and Bele was born. What a time to be alive. Bene. McAtee, yeah, just a little bit stretched on maybe a little bit lucky there. A little bit stretched on Thomas Souček there. Tom for the £2. Thank you very much, bro. Very, very kind of you. Tom super chats a lot on these, and it's always massively appreciated. I mean, it helps us out hugely, but Tom, you're a very kind man. Thank you, sir. Let me put your name in the thing. Franz Beckenbauer. I can't even get it out. I can't even say the words. I moved. There we go. Thank you very much, Tom. Your name's in the thing now. Massively appreciate it. And also shout out, of course, to GP, to Sunnyverse, to Brian Flowers as well. Super chats help the channel massively. Bendini Benevaro. World Cup winning captain. I'm telling you, it can happen. Kevin De Bene. Yes. Big ball forward from Sheffield United, out wide to the left hand side. Jared Bowen battles and he got a touch but didn't win the ball. Jonathan is the new Burlow. Jurlo. I'm so here for it. I'm so happy. Well, you've come to the right place, Ryan. Welcome to the Hammers Chat Watch Along for Sheffield United versus West Ham, where we talk incessantly about Ben. Oh, he's going to take a shot there. Danny Ings got his way. Jared Bowen. Oof, close. I'm saying that would have flown in. Send Danny Ings off. He took the ball off Benny. He took the ball off Bele. You're pissed. You've come to the right place, Ryan. The West Ham Hammers Chat Watch Along, where we talk about the football and also Ben Johnson for more time than we should. But thank you very much, bro. Appreciate it massively. He was about to unleash an absolute thunderbolt of a shot. That was rifling in top bins. One of those ones where it hits the corner of the net and it just bounces straight back out. There's no, like, reaction, you know? Was that our joint second most away wins in the league this season? I missed it. Betsy! Ben Brady, Ben Adonna. Roberto Baggins. Bro. Come on, Ray. Welcome. How are you? We're all talking about the beautiful man Ben Johnson, or as I refuse to not call him anymore, Bele. Get involved, Mercedes Ben. Yes, Benska. No. You've missed it, mate. We full 180 today. We full 180. He's the best. He's the best central midfielder who's ever lived. All flip on for Vladimir Sufal down the line on the right. Is he going to get there first? Good defending there. Physical defending stops him from getting there. It was a nice idea. Benaldo. Bent Alexander Bomb. Rich, I respectfully disagree, but I respect your opinion. I respect your opinion. I'm solidly here for it, and I will be here for it for the rest of the day. I'm going to be walking around the rest of the day just... Oh, McBurney goes down on the Mavropanos. There's an opportunity there for McAtee to hit a shot. He physically wins the ball back off Bele. Good tackle from Thomas Souček. It wasn't Bele. Here's Bele on the ball now. He's got Danny Ings wide on the left-hand side. Lays it short to James Ward-Prowse. Zuma is apparently still down, and so we had a good opportunity to counter-attack, but Zuma is still down. We let the ball go out on the far side on the left, about on the halfway line. Let's have a look. Zuma goes in. Oh, he falls really awkwardly under James McAteer. It wasn't a foul from James McAteer or anything. Like, it's a little collision. Like, there's a little collision there, but it's not that. He just twists his knee or ankle or something as he goes down. You hate to see it. It's probably, I mean, that's going to see him going off, and you would imagine, looking at the bench, Ogbonna coming on. You'd imagine Ogbonna coming on. If he is staying off, everyone's getting their drinks. We'll see. Yeah, Ogbonna's stripping off at the moment. John Bina. Pinch punch. Yes. Yes. The great BJ. The most magnificent of them all. Ben Land. Benny John Lynch. Yeah, Zuma doesn't look good at all, Tony. You're right. He's walking under his own strength, which is hopefully a good sign. But yeah. Bobby Benmora. Ben-Hur. Yes, enter time. Yes, enter time. Yes, yes. I was struggling not to say after Thunder punt, when Bele was about to unleash it, I was struggling not to say Thunder punt, and I was struggling not to say Thunder bastard. Those are the two that I wanted to say. Benny Hill, John Benson, Hedges and Gold. Good to see you, Sat. Hope you're well. Solid. This is, oh yeah, we're here. We're here. Big Ben, Ben 10. You love to see it, right? Ball on the right side. It's Vladimir Sufal charging down the right, trying to get into cross position. He's taking it towards the corner flag. He manages to find his way into Jared Bowen nicely there. And here comes Danny Ings. God, Danny Ings' goal today would be good. Lads up. Oh, 4 nozzles loaded up. Ben Johnson. Oh, Bele. It was his weak foot. He went for it with his weak foot. He looks sad right now. He does not know that there's almost 900 people in here just shouting Franz Ben Beckenbauer and Benzema. Ben 10, Mr. Ben. He can play all the different positions. Like Mr. Ben can do all the different costumes. Man, look at that. Look at that. Iron Robin. Yes. I know. Crazy, right? Only offside once. Potential man of the match there for that. You got to consider it. Charges forward. McAtee tries to dink it across straight into the hands of Areola. Minute to go plus stoppage time. Ben the Rock Johnson. Benford. Yes. Robin Lemon Johnsky. I'm here for it. I like it because it's complex. You know? Big ball forward. No free kick given to West Ham against Bowen, who falls down there. I'm forgetting every player's name at this point. I'm just thinking about Ben. Itchy nose. Big punt forward. Header down from Kurt Zuma. Pablo Fornals collects it. Six minutes of additional time. That's a late challenge from Bruce on Emerson. He's going to be trouble there. That's got to be at least a yellow. Suchek is fuming at him, by the way. Soufal's come across. You might want to start running, Rian. I'm not going to lie. Bele's in there. Areola's shouting at him. There's an all-out argument happening. It's not quite hugely fisticuffs or anything. It'll probably go to VAR as well. Referee's telling Zuma to calm down at the moment. Soufal's on top of him. He's asking Brewster to come across. He's going to get a yellow. Brewster got a yellow for a very, very late challenge on Emerson there. Soufal and James Ward-Prowse are literally pointing at Emerson, who's still on the floor. Zuma passed it to him. That is horrendous from Rhian Brewster, by the way. Oof. His studs up. That should probably... That's a red. That's a red. The more I look at it, the worse it gets. That's a red. He's lucky. He's lucky there. Oh, we're getting a VAR check we're getting a VAR check. The VAR assistant, the VAR referee has told him to go across to look at the screen. Referee's gone across the screen to look at it. Every time I looked at the replay, it looked worse and worse and worse. That was just petulant as well. That was Ben Rama-esque in terms of petulance. Like, there's no need. Yeah, that's awful. Looking at it slower, it's even worse. I mean, things do look worse in slow motion, but his studs are fully out. He's out of control. He's nowhere near the ball, and he connects with the. He's very. Do you know what he's really fortunate about is that if that was a split second later and Emerson's foot was planted, he would have gone straight into it and probably done his ankle in a hugely horrendous way. That's got to be a red, surely. We'll see what the referee's going to do. Yeah, referee, yeah, he's pulling it back. No yellow, wipes it. It's a red. Red, he's gone. Sheffield United down to 10 men. Rhian Brewster picks up a red for a frankly stupid challenge. Stupid challenge. Every time I looked at it, it got worse and worse and worse. There was no doubts there. It was. I agree, Chris. It was definitely a leg breaker. If his foot was like planted, if Emerson's foot was planted, he would have gone like his foot like that, right? Like that. Because his foot is here, when he comes in, he hits it there, so his foot's able to move. If his foot was planted like that, and it comes in, it would have like something like that. You'd be surprised to know that I am a doctor. Yeah, Rhian Brewster off for a very poor challenge. Going to add some more time. There's only 3 minutes left of stoppage time, or 2.5, but there's going to be probably some added more to it because of the VAR stuff. Going to be Bristol City. It was very Bristol City. Yeah, I don't know why he's booked Soufal. I assume for dissent. I don't know what's going on there. Soufal was saying a lot of stuff, so maybe that's what it was. I don't know. Bele turning his man, trying to play a through ball through to Danny Ings. Didn't quite work out. Man of the match was Danny Ings, according to TNT Sport. And I have to say, he's done very well today. But what do you think? Let me know. Type in man of the match or MOTM. And then give me who you think your man of the match was. And then as I read through him, whoever has the most amount of votes will win the Hammers Chat Man of the Match awards. I have a feeling I know who it would be. Danny Ings, gone, scored. Oh, hits it. Second time, scored. No. Oh, it was so close from Danny Ings. Almost getting the goal. But let me know who your man of the match is in the chat. And whoever gets the most amount of votes as I scroll through them and read them out will win the Hammers Chat Man of the Match awards. We've got technically 90 seconds left of allotted time, although I think it will go on longer. Played out wide to Pablo Fornals on the left. Finds Emerson on the inside, who's back up, thankfully, and is moving fine. Bele plays it back. Fornals, Johnson, Bele. Back to James Ward-Prowse. Oh, nice little flick from Bele. You love to see the Brazilian flair. James Ward-Prowse just runs it out of play, unfortunately. Close. Danny Ings so close to scoring. I think he's actually done really well, to be fair. I think he's done really well, and he's been unlucky not to score. Today's been the first day I've looked at it and gone, he's been unlucky not to score. Usually I'm like, it's just nothing to do here. But yeah, he's been unlucky not to score. Ben Johnston's paint trophy. Yes. So final sub of the game for us, it's going to be Mubama coming on for Danny Ings. And while that happens, let's have a look at some of yours. What we got? Man of match: Ings, Johnson, Moyes, Ings, and Sheffield fans who hate Geo. It was big. Ben, Danny Ings played okay. I think he did well. Ben, Baymax, Betamax. Shout out to VHSs. Do you know what I mean? Ben Bentham. It's so difficult to read these out. Ings, Bele. Johnson looks inspired. Bele. Ben, the great Benzini. Bele. Cornet man of the match. Ooh, SHUWHU could be in trouble here. He's going to get a... SHUWHU's been sent off. Well, Ben Johnson, Bele's beautiful time at centre midfield is over because SHUWHU's just been sent off. First yellow for dissent, and the second one for just a really basic challenge. That was definitely a yellow. Whether the first one was or not, I don't know. But that was just a basic yellow card on McAtee. Poorly done, and he's off now. So both teams down to 10. Both teams down to 10. 2 reds in stoppage time. And Vladimir SHUWHU, I mean, listen, thankfully we've got Bele on the pitch because he'll go back into that position. But yeah, Cornet, Ben for me, Bele, Ben Nesri, Danny Ings, Ben Skets, man of the match, Danny Ings. Fair play, Danny Ings, thought he looked good today. Mini Baby Bell, man of the match. That's a full-size Baby Bell, Rob. I just have massive hands. Whipped in. Headed away. It's going to be a tight couple of minutes now. It's 90 seconds over the time. Congratulations, by the way, on... congratulations, I think, goes to... Oh, that's not a bad ball in the cross. Ariola misses it. Oh, my God. It's a penalty to Sheffield. Ariola's down holding his face, and it's a penalty to Sheffield. What the hell has gone on at the end of this game? What the hell has just happened? Referee is currently surrounded by players from both shirts. McAtee lofts it in towards the box. Where's the penalty? Ariola goes for the punch, misses it. McBurney's not even facing the right way. That's. I'll be honest with you. I don't know whether that's a penalty, but I'm surprised someone gave it as a penalty. Like, I don't... How? Oh, it's going to be a penalty. He's currently in the 99th minute of 6+ added time. We obviously had the VAR call, so it was going to get added on. We then had two separate reds to deal with. It was obviously going to go late. And towards the end of the game, McAtee's just sort of lofted it in towards the box. McBurney's battling for it. I guess he's in the air, but realistically, he's not even facing the right way. Ariola goes for it, tries to punch it. I'm surprised it's a penalty. It's not to say it isn't one. I don't know whether or not it is one or not. But I can't... I'm surprised it was given. It's going to VAR at the moment. James McAtee standing with the ball in his hands. It's VAR is currently looking for over it. We're currently getting the delayed VAR call on this one. If they manage to get an equaliser for a penalty in the 100th+ minute, maybe it's not gone to VAR. I mean, Ariola's still down. He's being tended to by the medics. I'm not really certain what happened to Ariola either. He seemed to be holding his head, but I'm not really certain what happened. And now he seems to be sat up normally. We're in the 101st minute now. We're in the 101st minute now. Give Johnson the gloves. 100%. 100%. Maybe they aren't looking at it. Maybe it was just because he was down. I don't know. I feel like that. Maybe that's why. I've literally got no idea. Suchek. Areola's. Fabianski is coming on. Is being substituted on. What the hell is going on? Fabianski is currently being substituted on. What is going on right now? My timer has broken. We're at that stage in the evening. And on comes Fabianski. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just put Ben Johnson in goal. Areola looks concussed. It's not a bad shout, Trini, actually, to be fair. That's quite a good shout. Maybe he got clattered in the head when he jumped for it. I've got no idea. After all that, McAtee's not even going to take it, by the way. Yeah, I can't. It's stuck at 100. We are where we are. McBurney's going to take it. He's going to score, isn't he? We're into the 103rd minute. McBurney steps up. Slots it home. It's 2-2. McBurney with the goal. I just realised this game could very easily go on even longer. I've just realised this game could very easily go on longer. It feels like that should be the final kick of the game, but like, given how long everything's happened, given how long it's taken everything, this could legitimately go on for even longer. Oh, I can get it to work right. All right, okay, right. The game is still going. Bele whips a beautiful ball into the box. Bowen went down. I thought it was another pen, but somehow the free kick's been given against Bowen. And Ahmed Hozi stepped up to Bowen and they're pushing each other now. The end of this game is completely insane. The end of this game has gone completely and utterly insane. Ball gets whipped in from Bele. How is that not pen? Ahmed Hozi's not even looking at the ball. He's just rugby tackled the guy. Like flipping Boris Johnson to that kid. Like, how is what the hell has just happened? There's the final whistle. What has just happened? What's just happened? The stoppage time of that game, the last 15 minutes of that game, the last 14 minutes of that game, or whatever it was, will be in textbooks at referee school for a long, long time. Because Jesus Christ, the end of that game was insane. Congratulations, first of all, to Bele. Ben Johnson on the winning man of the match. Danny Ings was a close second. Cornet was a close third. And I think that's the way it ended up working out. I'm still kind of shocked about what's just happened. I've got no idea how the hell any of that's worked out. I don't know what to say. It's completely and utterly insane. All of it. From start to finish, it's just madness. Complete and utter madness. But thankfully, I don't need to figure out what to say because Geo will be live to do it in a minute. If you are new around here, make sure to subscribe. because we do watch alongs every single game over here, or as many as we can do at least. Whether you're a West Ham fan, a Sheffield United fan, or a fan of any other club, please subscribe, like the video, because it helps us out massively. We've absolutely flown with the likes today. I'll be honest with you. We're at 713 right now, which is a huge number for us. So massively appreciate it. And click that link that I've just spammed in the chat. Geo will be live talking it through in a minute. God knows how you even begin to talk about anything else apart from the last, however late in that game. I'll spam it in one more time. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the game. And that was West Ham versus Sheffield United. Insane. Completely insane. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate you all. Last thank you, of course, goes out to Brian Flowers, to Sunnyverse, to GP, to Tom, and to Ryan for your super chats. It helps out the channel a huge amount. But ladies and gentlemen, the review will be starting in just a second. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you for the game, the next match, whenever that is. See you later, everyone. Bye.